Award winner for the weekend, Craig and Ty Omer and the Omer family with Sweet Pain.
All right, in your unlimited super stock division, we are wrapped up. Number 5, Scott Holcrew, Voodoo Deer. Number 4, Alan Omer, Never Enough. Taylor Craig and the Deer Factory. Whoa, I got that all messed up. Sorry about that. Number 5. That name right in. Number 4, Addiction, Ryan Frericks. Hey, Ron, if you want, hang out. You're fixing to have another one. Ryan Frericks, number 4, Addiction. Tim Franzen, just off warranty 2. Rodney Haug in Little Temptation. Brian Haug in the Big Temptation. Big Temptation not only wins the night, but also the weekend.
I'm just showing
taking home the Thunderbird, the Thunderbolt here in Wisner. I need the Haugs from the Temptation pulling team over here in front of the stands, please, in front of the announcer stand. You guys have won the night and won the weekend. Now, if we can go back to our replays, can we get the replay of Remedy back up on the big screen? The Limited Pro that just won, if we can get it back up real quick here at the end, you will see when the tractor spins out, the smoke keeps rolling out of the stack. That is a guaranteed bona fide runaway. Tractor's in neutral, motor's wide open, and kaboom, that's all she knows right there. Tough break for Jason Schultz in the Remedy. Pullers, we need all the vehicles moved from the end of the track. All the vehicles need to be moved from the end of the track. If you have pulled, take it to the pits and then come back and watch. But everything needs to be moved from the end of the track, please. Need the Haugs down here in front of the announcer stand, please. On the 4-1 side. Coming out next, Steve Shackelford, All Business, out of Chilhowie, Missouri. Oh, not a bad run for the All Business machine. Goes 3:47 and 40, 3:47 and 40 for the All Business. I need the Haugs, the Haug pulling team down here in front of the announcer.
Okay, guys, I got some videos off your Facebook page I want to show before we start talking to you too much.
Okay.
See here. Just kind of keep people up for what we got going on tonight. This is our promo video I made yesterday. You can tell I made that. Looks like a 4th grader did it, but hey, it gets the job out there.
You ought to see some of the stuff I make.
I've seen some of the stuff you make right there behind you, and it's pretty damn good. I take the tractor making and don't worry about videos. So, got the new cage, Shawn and Shelby. Okay. That's awesome. That is awesome. I'm gonna turn the music off because we'll get whacked by the copyrights.
Yeah.
Huntsville, Alabama's checking in. Edinburgh, Virginia's checking in. Comanche, Iowa. Pierce, Nebraska. Ryan Rusnick's checking in. Ryan Rusink. I always butcher his name. Ryan Rusink. He's my friend. I still say his name wrong half the time. I'm just sharing some videos of your build, and then we're going to play our opener video, and then we'll get going. But I'm on the Prohibition Pulling Team Facebook page. So I'm going to put that in the comments right now. Everybody go give them a like. I want to get them to 1,000 likes by the end of the show. And it's not as easy to get the old Facebook likes like it used to be. So,
Girl, I hope your daddy doesn't own a gun.
Oh, but that's a good song.
yeah, honestly, I play it. They will. They'll absolutely copyright it, and then they won't show this live to anybody.
Oh.
Then we'll just be talking to ourselves, and that's not normally what happens on a Monday night. So, guys, this thing is beautiful. When I saw it on Facebook, I messaged our Let's Grow Pulling gang, and I'm like, I got to get these guys on the show. So,
Thank you.
unbelievable. Looks good with those 30.5s. I'm not going to lie.
Oh.
Yeah, I have to agree. We had 24s on it for a while, and I told Dad, I said, let's put the 30s on, make sure they fit under the fenders, and we put them on. I said, that thing looks huge.
It sure does. So, real quick, everybody, welcome to Let's Grow Pulling Live. Ryan Rusink and I. I'm sure Cody will sneak on. Charles was in North Carolina, I think, at Rudy's, and drove literally all night to get home. He's had about 90 minutes of sleep, so we told him to take the night off. We have Shawn and Shelby, not from Bloomfield, Kentucky. We're going to get into that in a little bit. They're beautiful new light limited super stock build. But before that, three things. Pullers Championships, May 19th and 20th in Nashville, Illinois. That's an event, obviously, that we're a big part of here, all of us. And again, shout out to Brad Holzauer for having our back every year. This is year number 2. There is going to be a live stream available. You can go to thepullerschampionship.com now and see the live stream. And also then will be those nights. Remember, every dollar from the purse and from the live stream goes back to the pullers. This has potential in the future to be the largest payout in pulling. We got to keep up with Mike Connie and that $10,000 to win that he did at the Mac Trailer Winter Nationals. Number 2, beermoneypulling.tv is going to be a reality here in 2 weeks. So we're going to be in Columbus, Texas, May 5th and 6th for the Whitey Zychek's pull. It's Texas Truck and Tractor Pulling Association. You're going to go to beermoneypulling.tv, and you're going to be able to watch 2 nights. Thunder by the Colorado is the name of their pull. Then the following weekend, we're sneaking down to Kentucky to Sullivan's pull, the Hensel Sullivan Memorial Pull, May 12th and 13th. We're going to be live streaming that as well. Then the following week, Ryan Zulik is live streaming the Pullers Championship. Then we have kind of Memorial Day. There'll be a lot of pulling going on. And then we, Beer Money Pulling Team, hit the ground hard. We're running outlawpulling.tv then the rest of the summer. And then we'll fire beermoneypulling.tv back up with Diesels and Dark Corners and hopefully some other pulls in the South and Florida, out west, Texas, wherever, once the outlaw season wraps up. And then last but not least, Kawasaki Parts Warehouse is a big sponsor of us here at the Beer Money Pulling Team. And they have, and Power Sports Warehouse, they have a 10% coupon code right now. It's rolling across the bottom after Shawn and Shelby's last name. And if you go to powersportswarehouse.com, shop all the brands, put in coupon code BeerMoney23, and you can save 10%. So shout out to Kawasaki Parts Warehouse, and partswarehouse.com is all for that. So I'm going to play our opening video, and then I'm going to let Shawn and Shelby talk. So thanks for coming on tonight, guys.
No problem.
Welcome to Beer Money Pulling Team. Sit down, shut up, and hang on. Hello, friends. It's April 24th. Welcome to Let's Grow Pulling Live. We do this every Monday night at 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern. If you missed it, you can watch it. You can rewatch it on YouTube anytime or our Facebook page, or go to iTunes or Apple. What's those called, Ryan? Apple called?
Podcasts.
Apple Podcasts. Yeah, it's that simple. And you can listen. Just search for Let's Grow Pulling Live. And if you're searching for Shawn and Shelby, just type in Let's Grow Pulling Shawn and Shelby, and you'll find it. So, first of all, Ryan Rusink's joining me tonight. Shawn and Shelby, what are you guys drinking? What's in the cups? I need to know right away. So
I got Dr. Pepper at the moment.
okay, anything mixed with the Dr. Pepper or just straight Dr. Pepper?
Not tonight.
It's Monday. It's one of Ryan's drinking nights, so it's all good. Roos, what do you got in the
Cheers.
cup, sir?
A little Peerless single barrel.
See, he's fancy. You know what I mean?
We
He's in the
should
great
be.
state of Kentucky.
We're all your bourbons from down here, so we should be fancy, but we aren't.
Don't worry. That's because you spent all your money.
What part of Kentucky are you guys from?
It's the Bardstown area.
I'm going to be in your neck of the woods this weekend.
Country.
What, Ryan?
I said I'm going to be in your neck of the woods this weekend.
Oh, had to stop by.
You know, I might just do that.
It looks better in person than it does on video.
It looks pretty freaking fantastic in the photos. I'm sure it does.
There's gonna be a lot of questions tonight. I was rolling through Facebook. I don't know, Shelby, a couple months ago, right before you guys went on vacation, and I messaged you, and I'm like, I have to have you on the show to talk about this tractor. It's absolutely gorgeous, beautiful piece of machinery there. So, but before we get into the new build, and I know a lot of people are going to be asking about that. We got some spammer telling us he's on Twitch, but Brad Caudell, he's going to hammer him for us. So you go get him, Brad. It's funny with the shows, all the spammers that, they want you to click on stuff, and it just takes the fun out of social media sometimes, but that's fine. So I'm going to put some pictures up on the screen, guys. Well, let's start first. Tell us who you guys are, where you live. Tell us about your family. Then I'm going to put pictures on the screen, and you're going to tell me what they mean to you. So Shelby, you go first because you are by far, well, you're good looking. So let's run with Shelby. So
Oh, thanks. I'm Shelby. Been married to this guy going on 7 years. We've got a gaggle of kids running around. We live in Bloomfield, Kentucky. He's a farmer. I'm a travel agent and a nurse in a different life. We met through tractor pulling. If it wasn't for this sport, we wouldn't have the family that we have. My dad and I actually pulled Case of Chaos back in the day together.
I knew it. I knew that was you. Okay.
That's
I'm so
okay.
happier now because I was going to get into that, Shelby. I knew it. Okay, perfect.
I'm pals with my daddy, so I grew up around tractor pulling, and Shawn's about 9 years older than me, so I grew up around the sport and started pulling, and then he just decided that I needed to be his wife, I guess. So now we've got a bunch of little mini tractor pullers running around.
Shawn, well played, son. Well played. Is this your engagement picture on the screen?
That's one of them. Yep.
All right. So tell me. So there's 2 Ford tractors in there. Where's Case of Chaos at, Shelby?
I switched teams, and I lost all privy to all things Case.
Can you still go to Christmas?
The Case garage anymore.
Can you still go to Christmas and Thanksgiving and stuff? Or
I can now. It was like a big deal though when we started dating. Daddy was not happy I was dating the competition because not only was it a tractor puller, like they were in the same class.
Yeah.
So in direct competition, like going 1 and 2 back and forth every weekend, and it was not okay when we first started dating. But now he's got grandbabies, so we don't care.
So, Shawn, this is where you beat your father-in-law somewhere. I found this on your Facebook page. So,
yeah, that's the game.
cool. That's pretty cool. Shawn, tell us about you a little bit, Shawn.
There ain't a lot to know. Just farm a lot and started out with some little motorcycle engine pulling tractors. Built a H antique. Graduated from that. Started pulling a 1066. Got away from that because of some rule changes. And a buddy of mine said, "Hey, Ford's got a cross-flow head like an International and an inline pump like a John Deere." He said, "Let's build one." So we kind of teamed up, and Travis Gordon helped me build the first tractor you've seen there. And we built it and kicked some butt for quite a few years, made a couple changes, and then slacked off a little bit, farming, dating, getting married, and just staying busy all the time. And class change, you know how things go with classes. Rules change. People want to change it, modify it. And I didn't like the way the class was going, so I stepped out, sold the tractor. She decided to sell hers too, and we started building this thing.
I love it. So from your Facebook page, it looks like one of your tractors went to Wisconsin. Is that right?
They both went to Wisconsin.
To the same family.
Yep.
Really? Is it official? Can you tell us who bought it, or is it a big secret?
I guess.
Hi, Mark. Yeah.
Yeah, they're supposed to be watching tonight in the shop.
Are they?
Yep. They kept our team name. They're going to keep dual power pulling. They started off with limited edition. They bought the blue tractor. They came down in July last year and saw it run in Bardstown. So Shawn's last hook on it was his hometown pull on his birthday weekend, on his 40th birthday weekend, actually.
Yeah.
So
Ended up with a second, too.
yeah, they no sooner, I think, got on the road and they were calling us the next day, Ray, come pick it up. And so the limited edition was his. And then when he proposed, I got a ring and I got the promise of a tractor. So the black one is Limit This. And that was my tractor. And he was working on it and we got married and then we got pregnant real fast. And I never got to get on it, but we're really looking forward to seeing them run as a team still. So they're up in Wisconsin. You can still, they've got a Facebook page, Dual Power Pulling. They took our shirts. They took our
Motorsports.
Huh?
Dual Power Motorsports.
Dual Power Motorsports. So they're going to kind of take over. I think the black tractor is going to have a different paint scheme from what we've been told.
They are revamping the whole deal on the black tractor. So it'll be a complete deal.
So those were hot farm tractors. They are hot farm tractors, right? Like what I'm used to hot farm.
Yeah, they're going to a different class. Though.
Yeah, I'm not for sure if that's actually what the class is called up there or not.
It's going to be an open RPM, right?
Okay.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Are they pulling with Badger State or PI or South Central? Do you know?
I want to say Badger State, but don't hold me to that.
Okay, that's fine.
Oh, we know they like to sit on them in the shop right now and dream about paint schemes and how fast it's going to go. So we've been there.
What's their Facebook page, Shelby?
It's Dual Power Motorsports.
Dual Power Motorsports. Okay, I'm looking that up right now. I'm going to find out who they are. Should know. I am a Wisconsinite, so.
They'll be up your way. They've invited Shawn to come back up and run it again.
Yeah.
Nice.
They want me to do a final pass on it. I hate to do it, but I might have to.
Well, the final pass I
pull
made in my
light
tractor
supers
was
up
in
there.
that
You can
video
just,
that you. Go ahead, Bruce.
I said, they pull light limited supers up there. You could just, head up there and break in the new tractor.
That was the original invitation. Is you get done, bring it up here.
Yeah. It's the Dietrich family. Sorry. It's Mark Dietrich.
Oh, okay. I know Dietrichs. Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know them well, but I know of them. They're good people.
You shared the picture. They pulled it out in front of that big Bush beer barn.
Yep.
And had it on the trailer with so that was limited edition. It was an
Gotcha.
awesome picture. Yeah.
Yeah.
Made us jealous.
I'm gonna go find that again then. One thing I can find is Dual Power Pulling Team.
It might be them.
But it's somebody else, and that's from August of 21. That wouldn't be you guys yet. They ran with they shared an Indiana Pulling League post. DUEL. I bet I'm spelling it wrong.
Yeah, DUEL, because we switched it up from being dual power and the forward to dual as in two. So DUEL.
That's what happens when I got through 8th grade in Iowa, and then I stopped going
It's
to school.
actually their cover page.
Yep.
Got it. I got it now. Sorry about that.
Yeah, he sent me that picture. I said, dude, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys got to see this. I'm going to put this up on the
It just
screen.
went to a parade with it when they stopped and got their picture.
Yeah, check this out, guys. So
Yeah.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That
He
is
missed
really.
it.
Yeah, I missed my ride. I won't lie.
You want me to zoom in on it a little bit so you can see it up closer?
Oh, I got plenty of pictures of it. Trust me.
Video of it leaving the driveway for the last
Now,
time.
That is not that is we lengthened the frame, lengthened the hood, everything. Kevin Shingleton helped do the frame on that and helped stretch the hood, and then me and Dad fiberglassed it and bondoed it and painted it up like that.
Kevin Shingleton has a really, really hard running light limited super, if I remember correctly.
Kentucky Gambler.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm stepping into a class with some heavy hitters.
Yeah, Kentucky's well known. Like when we also help promote what Midwest Winter Nationals that Clint Tucker runs, and it's always good when you guys don't have which one is it, Roos? Is it the TNT pole or
Yeah. The horse in Lexington.
Yeah, so we don't get those. Clint doesn't get those on top of each other, so we can have all the light limited super stocks come this way, and then our guys can go back down there the next weekend. So
it's going to be a heavily stacked class to get into. That's for sure.
Yeah. So everybody,
Yeah,
go check
you're kind of jumping into something here.
Yeah, I'm out of the pan and into the fire here pretty quick when I get it.
Yeah,
done.
but now you're in your father-in-law's good graces again.
Yeah, except now he's pulling against my cousin.
Yeah.
Well, good grief.
I know. Brad Powell, he's got one,
Brad.
hopefully having two
Yeah.
soon.
He's still working on the other one.
Yeah.
Has been for a few years.
Yeah, Brad and Kenny Powell. That's my family. Brad was in our wedding.
Yep.
Our whole wedding was tractor pullers.
Tractor pullers.
Yeah, that was it.
I like it.
Means it must have been like a winter wedding then.
It was October 29th, and that was the first thing I did was when was the last hook, when was the fall brawl, and when could we have it after that?
Yep.
Shelby, you get it. That's awesome.
Nobody else who couldn't get it would have ever married this man. So
We have said to people before, you're getting married during pulling season. What? What's going on? What's wrong?
Yeah.
I put the link to Dual Power Motorsports into our chat as well, so you can go give them a like as well. They're out of Mayville, Wisconsin. A lot of good questions about the barn. We're going to get in the tractor a little bit and stuff like that. Shawn, what's the asphyxiation on Fords? I didn't know nobody had a Ford pulling tractor other than Pennsylvania and the Foresters.
There are quite a few down here, believe it or not. You got Travis Gordon with the Total Recall, 1, 2, and 3.
lights.
And you got Mike Wilhite with Blue Blazes, and then you got Billy Attrue with the other one. You had Tim Hammonds, who sold his tractor unbridled to Chris Glacken. I think Chris still owns it. And then there's a few more I'm forgetting right off the top of my
I
head.
think it was just the motor though that kind of got him into it. It was the similarity and to IH.
I like diesels.
Yeah.
That's good stuff. Hey, are you guys broadcasting this on your phone?
Yeah.
Yeah. Will you just turn it so we can get the whole angle? I forgot to tell you that earlier. It'll give it a second. There we go.
There you go.
That's cool. I like that. Much better.
I would do that on those. I mean, I know it does when we talk. But.
Tom's checking in from Highland, Illinois. Let us know where you're watching from tonight. We'll get to the questions here in a little bit. I'm going to throw some pictures on the screen, Shelby and Shawn, and you guys just kind of tell me what they mean to you, okay? Or tell me what you see in that picture, okay?
That's the old frame.
Yeah, that's the frame Travis Gordon helped me build. That was a tough running. It hooked. It didn't matter what kind of dirt you throwed it on. It would hook.
Yep, that's what it looked like when everybody thought you were cheating.
Yeah, everybody thought of it. I mean, even Mike Darnell dynoed it. He's like, dude, you got to be doing something different. And we blowed some fire rings on the dyno and pulled the head off of it. And I had to go get fire rings. I come in the next day. He looked at me. He said, we got to talk. I said, why? He said, there is factory part numbers on the top of this piston. I said, yeah, they're factory pistons. He said, we got to get you some billet parts with the fire you're starting to make. So we had to update a few things.
That's funny. Power always finds weaknesses. You know that.
Yes. I know where a lot of them are at.
What do we got here?
That was a mad dash before a pull, and the black tractor did not get finished in time.
No.
That was, that was probably at Sturgis.
Yeah, I think
if
so.
I'm thinking right.
Sturgis, Kentucky.
Yes, sir.
Do you guys pretty much run with Battle of the Bluegrass?
We did, yes. They cut the class back a while.
Okay.
Then we kind of started running with TNT quite a bit.
Yeah, TNT picked us up and promised to carry the class. We were running with them pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
What are the two big pulling, or like, no, I shouldn't say too big. What are the big associations that you guys can run with down there in your area, in Bloomfield area?
Battle Bluegrass, TNT, and
you got Mid-South, and then you got a few of the Ohio River guys in Kentucky.
Well, Shawn, you'll be able to take your light limited super stock pretty much anywhere. It's a national rule built tractor, right?
Yep, I'll be able to go from Wisconsin to Florida if I want, and east or west, pretty much.
Nice. Where's this picture at?
That may be Paris or Cynthiana.
I think it's Cynthiana. Yeah, that's at Cynthiana. That's at the FFA pool that Mac and them put on.
Yeah.
Nice. And this must be the T-shirt, I'm assuming?
That was the shirt. Yep.
I
Kevin
like it.
Burke out of Pennsylvania, I think is where he is. He actually does dirt track racing shirts. And I got a hold of one of his shirts, and I was like, I think you could do tractors. She's like, I think you're crazy. And he started posting it on his Facebook page. He was doing the tires, and all the dirt track guys were that's not your norm.
Yeah.
And he came out with that for us, and it was. Then he did my dad's new shirts too for a Case of Chaos, and they were slick shirts.
Yeah.
That's sharp. That's a
Yep.
good looking shirt. Where was this at, Shawn?
I want to say Harrodsburg,
It says that Mercer County. It says in the
Yeah.
background.
Mercer County.
Yeah, the Wilsons are with us in that picture.
Yeah.
They had 2-wheel drive trucks.
Big dog,
Okay.
Nancy.
Mama Nancy and Trace. He's all grown up and married now too.
Yeah.
Yep. Chris
Love
Goodlett.
Yep. Chris is there.
Okay, and then this is your engagement picture.
That's one
Yeah.
of them. Yep.
So you said, if you marry me, I'll build you a tractor and I'll give you a ring. Like, is that how you said it, Shawn?
Something like that.
A lot of boy.
Posed to me at a tractor pull.
Yeah.
We were at
Brandenburg.
Brandenburg, and I think he had a bigger plan.
Yeah, it kind of fell apart.
But it started storming,
It
and so we
fell.
got
It tremendously fell apart that night.
we got stuck in the trucks because it was storming, but it was supposed to be like a quick storm. And he disappeared for the longest time, and I hate thunderstorms. I hate them. So here I am in a semi by myself in the middle of a thunderstorm, and they're calling for tornadoes.
Yeah.
And he shows up, and I throw an absolute fit. And I was like, "Where have you been?" He said, "I went to talk to your dad about this." And he showed me the ring, and I was like, "Oh."
Yeah.
And then it was, "Well, will you?" So
Yeah, my best laid plan completely fell in the mud that
Yeah.
night.
so got proposed to in a semi truck at a tractor
Yeah.
pull in a rainstorm.
Presumably, had it gone according to plan, while she was fogging it with ether, you were going to climb off the tractor and down on one knee.
No, it was a little different than that. No.
Well, tell us, Shawn.
Tell us.
We got time.
I didn't know what the
Nah.
actual plan was.
I was gonna get the tractor out on the track, act like something was wrong with it, and of course she would come out to see what was going on. I was gonna propose to her on the track, and it kind of fell
Dude, that
apart.
works every
Don't
time,
throw it.
too.
Yep, we've seen that done before. I like it.
Yep.
I like it. I'm just glad she said yes, Shawn.
Yeah, me too.
I didn't until like 5 miles down the road. He finally asked me, "Well, will you?" I was
Yeah.
like, yeah.
He just assumed, you know.
I was kind of in a daze. I thought I heard her, but I had to double
Uh-huh.
check.
Hey, I like it. I'd want to know for sure too, Shawn. I'd want to know for sure too.
Well, it's like building your motor. You always go back and double check that you torqued everything. I mean, you want to make sure you heard what you thought you heard.
Yep.
French now. That's great.
No. No.
You've been called worse, Shelby. Don't worry.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
It's all good, especially if you hang out with Shawn, right? So,
Yep.
exactly.
Hang
Where's
on,
this
Dave.
picture? Where's this? This is the extended hood. I can tell that in the new
Yeah,
chassis.
I'm going to say that is at Danville.
Yeah, that looks like Danville.
And that's all Kentucky, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Gotcha.
Did Mike take that picture? Mike may have took that picture.
I don't think so.
I stole it off your Facebook page, guy.
Then I took it.
Yeah.
If it's on Facebook, I took it.
All right, guys. Again, if you're just joining us, it's April 24th. We're with Shawn and Shelby Knopp from Bloomfield, Kentucky. Cody, Ryan, and I here. Let's Grow Pulling live on a Monday night, and we're going to get into the good stuff. About 6-8 weeks ago, I was stumbling through Facebook, and this tractor behind Shawn and Shelby caught my eye, and I immediately messaged them on Facebook and said, "I need you to come on our show." And then they had a vacation plan, and then we were going to try to do last week, and then just busy, but we got you on here tonight. So first of all, Shawn, what are the rules for an alcohol tractor in your class and a diesel tractor in your class?
It's 370 cubic inch, I think, for the alcohol guys. And then there are 3 options for the diesels. You can run a small cube, a medium cube, a large cube. And then depending on what cubic inch you go with, I think it's 315 to 410 maybe. Don't hold me to that. It may be 360. I can't remember. You can run an intercooler with a charger, or you can run 2 chargers. You can run a 410, I think, with a single charger and an intercooler. You can run 474 cubic inch or 470 with a 3.4 smooth bore intake turbo single charger, or you can run a 3x4 with a 200 map groove.
Okay.
We're kind of tossing up which turbo we want. We will be the large cube in this one.
So you're going to be the 470?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's the same cube I ran in the hot farm, so I'm pretty familiar with the setup and everything on it.
Gotcha. I want to flip through some questions here quick. Austin Thurby says the ad on the barn, better ad than what Anheuser-Busch has been running. Yeah, no doubt. They should hire your old tractor to do their marketing for them with that barn.
Mark, you just got a shout out pretty big for that one.
Ed Avercamp's checking in from Platteville, Wisconsin. Jose Martinez is watching from Council Bluffs, Iowa. Mike Steffen, Northeastern Iowa, is checking in. Brenton Rogers says Ford 9600 is the best. Austin,
And that's coming from a Massey guy.
Yeah, his profile photo is a Massey guy. Austin Thurby, Western Kentucky's checking in. Morton's Gap, to be specific. I met Austin and his wife down in Florida at the Zellwood Pull this year. So, Mr. Pulltown Nut loves Busch Light, so he's very, very happy tonight to see that up there. So, Shawn, have you been to Bowling Green before?
No, I have not, unfortunately.
Okay. I've been to watch, but I haven't.
Yeah.
We haven't pulled.
Shelby, did you go out in the campgrounds?
No.
Okay, don't do it. You're not ready. So. Wait till the kids get a little older. So
got it. Note taken.
Shawn will be beating every dude off of you all the way from infinity to back and forth. So.
Nah, I'm gonna step back, watch the show.
Yeah, Shelby can take care of herself. Shelby can take care of herself. So I like that.
I'll be back up.
Who's gonna be driving the new tractor? Shawn and Shelby. Who's driving it?
It'll be me.
It'll be you. Okay, fair enough.
No desire. Not on. Nope.
Just take good pictures and video, Shelby, okay?
You got it. I can do that part.
Brett Shorefighty's checking in from 618 Motorsports in Illinois. Brian Humphreys watching out of Spokane, Washington. Somebody's watching on a Facebook group from Wisconsin. Brenton Rogers says Massey number 1, Ford number 2. And the Toy Farmer is checking in from Campbellsville, Kentucky. Scott Knapp's checking in from Salem, Ohio. So, start out with an H antique. No, you start out with like garden tractors, like little minis.
Yeah, I actually, a buddy of mine had a 550 Honda motorcycle engine, and we fabbed that thing up on some kind of little rail and went pulling, and I pulled it for a while, and you got to lean to drive them left or right like garden tractors, and that thing kind of chewed on my right calf muscle a little bit, so I got out of that one pretty quick. And Dad had a friend, the Ball family down in Louisville, that had 2 H farm-offs. One had been in a farm fire that had been fully restored, and they had another one that they had bought the one that was in the barn fire to restore it, to just kind of steal parts off of it. I took the 2 and made one and pulled it for a couple of years, and then graduated to the 1066.
What class did you put the 10 in?
Do what?
What class did you put the 10 in?
Down here, we were running the little local circuit over at Campbellsville. You could run 10,500 pounds, 12,500 pounds, and 14,500 pounds. And we called it the Pro Field class. And that class and most of the pullers kind of morphed into the hot farm, the 10,000-pound hot farm class down here. There was probably 20 of us at our peak in that class. And then they kind of integrated most of the roll cages, the safeties, the tie bars, the wheelie bars, and a few of them slacked out because they wanted to remain pure stock, and a few of us wanted to hop it on up. And then that class, it kind of progressed into the tube chassis, tube frames, cut tires, billet transmissions. I mean, it got pretty rowdy pretty quick.
Is it a 3,000 RPM class, Shawn?
Yeah, 172, 3,000 RPM, 3-inch inlet.
I love it.
Most of them guys, they were 1,000+ horsepower.
Yeah.
Easy.
It was a fun class because there were so many limitations. Yeah. It was like everybody had such strict rules that finding any loophole, everybody had to be cheating some way or somehow because you had to find the loopholes. Otherwise, everybody was on such a even playing field because it was so restricted.
Yeah, it was a limited RPM, limited cube inch, a little bit heavier super farm, pretty much. I mean, quite a few regulations we had to follow.
Yep. Are you related to Scott Knopp from Salem, Ohio?
Possibly.
He spells your name the same way, so.
Yeah.
He's watching on YouTube.
We have family in Ohio, up near Dayton.
Donnie Kurtzinger, do you know him? He says, our hometown team makes us proud. See you all soon, Bardstown, Kentucky.
Hi, Donnie.
Hi, Donnie.
He looks like a mutter. He's got a mutter truck for a profile.
He has a very rowdy little mutter truck.
I like it.
I want to drive it.
I like it. Shelby, time, what's your first memory of Shawn ever?
First memory of Shawn?
Yeah.
Where were we pulling when Hot Farm really got started? Down there with Ricky Heath. What was the name of that little town?
Oh, we pulling Hodgenville.
Hodgenville. So we used to pull in Hodgenville like every weekend.
Yeah, it alternated between Hodgenville, Campbellsville, and Mumfordville most of the time down there.
Yeah. So I'm 9 years younger. So I remember Shawn probably when he was 18, 19, 20, somewhere in there out of high school. And we were friends. We never had interest in each other. Obviously I was like 10 at the time. So,
Yeah, that would have been weird.
yeah,
So,
but he was around my whole teenage years and we were just friends. You know, you just kind of get close to that group and that you pull with. And
yep.
we were just friends. And then we were kind of both going through breakups at the same time. And I made him a birthday cake to make him feel better. He grabbed me and kissed me and that was it.
Boom!
No.
Everybody out there watching live on YouTube and Facebook and Twitter, just make her a cake, make them a cake and give them a kiss. That's all you got to do. Write that down.
I got to learn how to bake.
Yeah, you need to get an oven, son.
Shelby,
I just need to learn how to bake, apparently.
Shelby, do you have any friends? Shelby, do you have any friends for Cody? He's got a job. Do you have any friends that need a photographer?
Kind of woman to put up with tractor pulling, so I don't know. All my tractor pulling friends are married. Sorry.
Cody, bring 3 cakes, Cody, and we'll go hunting.
Different flavors always help.
Okay, good enough. Good enough. Big Stuna Cam's watching on YouTube says he says ice tractor. I'm assuming nice tractor. That's okay.
Yep.
Spelling. Amber Thomas Powell is watching. Case of Chaos watching from LaGrange, Kentucky.
Hi, Mama.
That's awesome. I knew it. I knew that Case of Chaos was yours, but it had been a while since, and I just was putting it all together. So
that's yeah. I'm no longer privy to the information that comes out of the chaos. My father tells me that all the time. You switch teams.
Yeah.
Hey, another awesome looking light limited super stock of Ford Commander 6000 out of Wisconsin. Welcome to the class. That's the Mickelsons out of Stoughton, Wisconsin, I believe.
Thank you.
They don't live too far from me. I drive by Stoughton on my way to my Janesville office. So Cole Watts says, smash that like button, guys and gals. That a boy, Cole. Promote.
Thank
Philip
you.
Philip Craig says, Whiskey Binder's watching tonight.
Hi, Philip.
Hi, Philip actually called yesterday and sent me a message. He said, "Can I have your autograph?" I signed him a picture and sent to him. Just to
Nice.
pick it. We pick it each
Good
other.
work.
We got 2 comments on the cake, Brad Caudell and Keith Haynes. So that's all it takes. Yep. Just how did you do it? So Shelby, you made Shawn the cake and then Shawn just kissed you.
I made him a cake and it looked like the Ford logo. It was like a big blue oval and instead of Ford, it said Shawn.
Oh.
He just grabbed me and kissed. We were at a tractor pull and we were in the back of the semi trailer. I gave it to him and he grabbed me and kissed me. It was out of nowhere. So,
But you kind of liked him a little bit, Shelby.
yeah, I mean, he was cute. He was nice. Yeah. And I just knew the upset it was going to cause when we started dating.
Yeah.
It was kept on the down low for a little bit.
Yeah. It almost sounds like 2 mafia families got together to roost, don't you think?
Well,
Hatfields and McCoys.
Yes, exactly. Nancy Wilson's watching from, is that Nonsuch, Kentucky? Is that like really a town?
hi, Mama Nancy.
Hello.
Oh, okay. There you go. Is it really Nonsuch?
Nonsuch, Kentucky.
That's the name of it.
I'm going to come down there and just get hammered and read off one of those bourbon tours and just read off towns in Kentucky just for fun. Nonsuch, Kentucky.
Because
I mean, we have a road up here about 6 miles. It's called Lick Skillet. It's
I was
actually,
just talking about Lickskillet, Kentucky, with Brian Lively about 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago.
Oh, wow.
yeah, the county actually quit putting the road sign up because people kept stealing it.
Oh,
Somebody started painting it and putting it up, and it's been stolen about once a month ever since.
yeah. I would say, that when I was in high school and the statute of limitations that wore off now, I would have borrowed a sign like that a time or two. I used to keep a wrench or a little socket. I knew the actual dimensions so we could jump out and get them and rock and roll. So
you're going to get yourself in trouble.
well, I have a nice Iowa sign that I want to put right behind me, but I'm afraid we have state troopers that watch us because I've met 1 or 2 of them on the road, and I don't want them to have to answer for that. But one of my buddies, I didn't steal this one. One of my buddies works for the state of Illinois, and they were taking some bridges down in Davenport at the river there, and he got that for me because he knew I was a Iowa fan there. Hey, John Schutte is from Kentucky, or Shutty, or Shooty. I'm gonna say Shooty. He's any tips for someone starting out pulling Cub cadets in the stock altered class? What would you, John? What would you, or Shawn? What would you tell John to do?
Cub cadets in the stock.
Cub cadet. I would get a hold to Nathan Haggard out of drawing a blank. He's over towards Brandenburg. He sets up quite a few of them, and pulls them.
Okay. Terry Burgett. Ooh, middle name. That's a double negative. Who did the tin work on the new tractor?
I did.
That one right there.
That's what's cool. That's what's cool.
You did a damn fine job, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You all, I had zero faith in this man. He said he was going to sell the tractor and build one, and he was going to do it all himself. And I had zero faith, and I have been proven wrong and ate crow.
Well, this is hood. This is hood number 2. Actually, I actually bought. We went to Sandusky down here at Columbia, and I bought a bunch of the $2 scrap pound, just odd cut stuff to learn to use the tooling, to see how the metal learned and everything. And I talked to Mike Stinson out of Ace Chassis a time or two, and he gave me a few pointers. And this is number 2. I learned quick.
This awesome. Is for everybody watching that thinks you need to spend $150,000 on a tractor. This was made with Harbor Freight tools.
Yeah.
This was just a bunch of long nights and dedication. And if he could figure out a way to forge the bolts himself, I think he would, to put it together. But this is a custom. This is his deal.
Yeah.
I'm proud of him.
Long nights with an English wheel, huh?
English wheel and a dolly hammer.
Uh-huh.
You know, if you walked me into a room with an English wheel and a dolly hammer and said, Schultz, find the English wheel and the dolly hammer, I couldn't. I'm just going to be upfront with you on that there, Shawn. So,
yeah.
Do you know the difference between them?
I watched, I don't know how many hours of, I don't know,
bead rolling,
fender fixing. I mean, any video deal with metalwork, I watched it for a couple months.
Yeah.
nice.
So it's safe to say that you learned to build your tractor by watching YouTube.
You got it.
To an extent. There's a lot of screw ups, and there is a pile of sheet metal thrown around here somewhere you don't need to see.
That's a shop tour you're going to do, Roos. So,
yeah,
that's hey, as far as I'm concerned, that's a badge of honor, and you shouldn't want to hide that.
I mean,
you taught yourself something. Did you know squat diddle about doing this before?
I mean, flatten the hood, you get a ding in a hood, lay a board on the backside, take a ball pin, tap it down, but nothing to this extent.
No, this is
my point exactly. Be proud of that scrap pile. I am serious.
Me and Dad,
kept the hood. The first hood is it's a trophy.
Good.
It's on a shelf over here, put up.
Nice.
Yeah.
The hard part was running the beads in the hood. I had to build my own bead roller to do what I wanted.
What'd you use?
Well, the bead roller I built out of some 6-inch by 1/2-inch steel and some 3/4-inch shafts. But the grill in the tractor, the kids wanted to be part of it, and she was cleaning house and throw the baby gate out. And I said, "Hey, hold on a minute here. Let me have that baby gate. It's got a bar in it I need to look at." So the grill in it is actually baby gate.
Yep.
Awesome.
That is fantastic.
That's awesome.
Ed told him from the beginning, if you're going to build this, the 8N, you see it from the front, that grill's got to be right. And that ratio, those bars and that spacing, we could not find anything to make it right.
I was going to buy a bigger bar and put it in a lathe and try to cut it. And them actually worked really nice for what I wanted.
That's my kid's baby gate from the house. Was just happened to work. So
you're going to be getting people wanting to build sheet metal here, Shawn. So after tonight's show. So
good.
Shane, if you're listening, you better write that down. Put that in the book. That's a story when you're announcing.
Andy Leonard's watching on YouTube. I don't know if you know this question. I don't. We can skip it. What's the deal with the John Deere project with all the John Deere standing on the end there in Bloomfield?
Oh Lord. So that's
that is Linda Bruckheimer.
So Jerry Bruckheimer, the famous movie producer, does Top Gun, Pirates of the Caribbean, actually has home here in Bloomfield.
Yeah.
And
really?
Is
no
Linda.
Kidding.
And
she went and seen the Cadillac Ranch and seen all of them and wanted to do her own thing and said she thought it would be cool to do them. all those tractors were running. They drove them off a trailer to the field, took a crane, picked them up, set them in concrete, and that is what you rode.
Yeah, it made us sick when we found out they were all running because there's some nice John Deere models out there.
How
Yeah,
many
Tom,
of them
I
do I
think-
dare ask?
Do what?
How many of them are standing up in a row?
I think 7. All of them are there. They're all on Willie. Look like they're on Willie bars.
Yeah, like
sticking up
the
there.
Cadillacs up in the desert. With
Yeah.
Yep.
It's exactly that, but it's just John Deere tractors.
Lord have mercy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Has anyone stopped by to like spray paint them like they do at the Cadillac Ranch?
No, in the
Yeah.
middle of her cow pasture,
Yeah.
and
So they'd have to walk too far to do it.
probably got some good security cameras on her property, so I don't think we can mess with her too much.
Top Gun was kind of a big movie. I think they probably got some people with long range rifles. Let's go. So, yep.
Jerry is a very amateur.
I had no idea. That's super cool. I'm glad Andy asked that question. So,
I'm envious of his collection.
what did you learn tonight? Yeah.
So there's a little restaurant in town that they've opened up. It used to be an arcade and a roller rink and a bowling alley. Mm-hmm. It's got a lot of movie memorabilia in it. It's a soda shop and a restaurant now that she owns. It's kind of cool. You walk in, big Pirates of the Caribbean, the skull and the crossbones are on the wall. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow. How did they get down to Kentucky from LA or Hollywood? That's crazy.
We don't know. His daughter.
Did you say he's got a tractor collection?
Yeah.
Shawn, he has a tractor collection?
Do
Or
what
is it
now?
just those 7 that are popped up like pop art?
I don't know that he has any other
He
tractors
collects
besides that.
cars. He's got some
Okay.
very cars. He's drove a few through town. They are nice.
Yeah.
My dog, Logan, behave. It's just.
I'm surprised. My healer's on the
Come here. Stop.
He's not going off.
It'll be funny if your healer decides to answer.
Yeah. He's pretty good, but if he can't see it, he normally don't spit it out too much.
That's the exact opposite of my dog. He hears anything. I think I bumped my elbow on my desk, and he protected us. So. Ray and Stephanie Tucker, Blood, Sweat, and Gears, polling team, Shelbyville, Kentucky's. Kentucky's got to be a top 10 polling state. If we had to rank polling states, absolutely. Like numbers and competitors and names. We should do a whole show on that. Actually,
Ray, one of the top hot farms, and he's moving to the PPL hot farm. I think rules for the new ad. It's stout.
They're
from what I see.
good. We love them very much.
I've seen that tractor run many times. This Alan Powell guy is watching. Hey, Dad is watching. So say hi, Shelby.
Yeah.
We can do a Case of Chaos show too if we have to, Shelby. You can.
He's switching classes, so
Yeah,
he's got some
he is.
stuff in the works. You'll find out more than I know. So
Can you let any secrets out tonight or not? I still want you to be able to go to Christmas.
I know he's going.
waiting on parts
He's
like
waiting on
I am.
parts. Yeah, I know he's planning to go to the PPL hot farm class. That was the last I heard.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's completely different. Who knows what he's going to?
And does Mid South have that class, guys?
I don't know.
I don't
Or
remember.
is it more
I think
Midwest region?
He's kind of gotten to the point. He's running the business that he just wants to go to what's close and not really worry about points, but he wants to have something that's going to whoop butt when he goes. So.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Gotcha. I think it's the Midwest series has a 510 cubic inch limit because Clint puts them together with the 466 guys at Midwest Winter Nationals. I think probably takes away if Charles would know if he was on tonight, but he's sleeping. Like I said, he was at Rudy's GM out in North Carolina and got home, drove all night to get home and back to work today. But that's a hell of a class. Those tractors really run hard. So.
Mm-hmm.
Terry says 6,000 Ford Ralph Schindlers. Does that ring Does that ring anything to you? It's not ringing the bell.
No, it's not.
That's Terry's old tractor. Austin Thurby says Eastern Kentucky is a little different. There you go. Thanks, Austin. Travis Schlabaugh, the Grand National NTPA Diesel Superstock Champions, watching tonight. How's that make you feel, Shawn and Shelby?
Pretty good.
Wow.
Like I said, I never expected the reception this thing's getting over this. I figured it'd be me, Dad, and a couple other pullers that I had talked to about it would kind of like it. They kind of expressed, they liked the idea when I come up with it and said, yeah, I think you can make something looks like it and make it look cool. And we did a few drawings and stuff and found some images and stretched them, skewed them, and you did some Photoshop on one of them.
Yeah, we were trying to figure out the ratio because 8N is, this big and itty bitty motors. So he wants to put this massive diesel and has this dream. And I'm like, the ratio has to be perfect. Otherwise, it's not going to look like the way you're wanting it to look. So he's done a really good job with it. It's named Prohibition.
Yeah, Mike Wilhite was on me. He said, "Come on, let's build an alcohol." And he stayed on me because Mike's good friends with us, and he grew up with my father. And he kept on me. "Come on, let's build alcohol. I'll help you build it." I was like, "Mike, I'm scared of alcohol. I'm not gonna lie. I've seen it explode. I'd rather stick with what I know. I like compression ignition. I don't want to deal with spark plugs." So we got off the phone one night. I turned to her and said, "What was it called when you couldn't get alcohol?" And she kind of sat there for a minute. I said, "It was pro something." She said, "Prohibition." I said, "Yeah, Prohibition." She said, "That's the name of it. That's what we got to name it."
Nope.
So
you got to knock on the alcohol guys a little bit. So no alcohol and.
Yeah, I'm not going to do alcohol.
Yep.
Don't want no part.
That's well played. And then I'm going to take one of Ryan Rusink's famous lines. When this tractor comes off the trailer the first time, it's going to win the internet. We've seen it with like when Craig Ladwig rolled out the Fendt Pro Stock at Louisville. There's in a cookie cutter world, and the Remedy, my tractor's a cookie cutter. It's a Case IH, I get it. But when something cool, and I hate people that, and I know that your curtains match the carpet in your tractor, but when Pro Stocks and Diesel Supers and they go, "Oh, it's not the same block. It doesn't match the sheet metal." I could give a crap. None of this stuff's stock on these things anymore anyway. Let's make them look good.
And you would think it would have at least a spark plug motor in it. No.
Yep. No.
My dad is really on him about he's done all this awesome work, with the metal. And my dad, if anybody knows Alan Powell, he has horsepower wax is what he calls it. Case of Chaos doesn't roll off the trailer unless there's 5 cans of tire shine on it.
Yeah.
So Dad's really on him to take it to a body guy to finish it. You've done the hard stuff, let a body guy finish it because it needs to be like perfect when it comes off that trailer for the first time.
What did you call that? Horsepower? What'd you call horsepower wax?
Horsepower wax. It adds 50 horsepower.
All right, there was a running gimmick. He keeps his stuff clean. Don't get me wrong. It's sharp and always looks good, but he is constantly detailing. I mean, if it gets dust, he's over wiping it off with the squeegee and keeping it clean. Well, it came a little shower rain at one of the pools, and he re-waxed the whole tractor before the class started. He had the spray mist and was just cleaning it, and I was like, "What's that?" And he turned and never missed a beat. "That's my 200 horsepower wax." I was like, "Okay." So now it's a running gag.
Yep.
It's horsepower wax.
Yep. Makes it more aerodynamic.
Yeah. He said if it's slick, it'll go faster.
I love it.
Yeah.
So Shawn, what made you choose an 8N?
It has to be as clean as it is fast for him. He's gonna kill me tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll probably get a phone call too. You'll have to excuse the cardboard undercarriage on it. It's cheaper to screw up cardboard than it is metal.
It's all good. What made you choose the 8N? Roos wants to know.
We were my grandfather owned the 8N, and it's not. It actually sits down in my basement, protected
with your sycamore,
with my sycamore on it, and it's my dad's tractor. But we looked at a 961, and it's got the grill in it. I like the grill. I like the paint scheme of the 961, and we went and looked at them. And Dad was standing there. Dad's tractor. And Dad looked at me. He said, "If we blow that 961 grill up, it's going to favor an 06 56 International because it's got the radius corners and it's got the grid pattern in the grill." I said, "Yeah." He said, let's do something different." Well, if we went with the new sheet metal, we would favor Travis Gordon or Mark Filiatru's tractor with the newer style, fiberglass hoods. And I didn't want to copy anybody. I wanted to be original. And Dad looked at me and he said, "Why don't we do something off the wall?" I said, "What, like an 8N?" He said, "You think you could pull it off?" I said, "I don't know, maybe." I said, "We got to figure out how to widen it and lengthen it before we do anything." And we come up here and done some cardboard work, and this is what we ended up with after 2 attempts.
Have you seen? I haven't seen an 8N in any modified class anywhere. Have you?
I looked hard for 2 to 3 weeks trying to find one overseas, over here. You'll find them in the antiques and a couple of the modified classes with the V8 blower motors,
Like
or
the lengthened hoods,
yeah,
but they're
the
not.
hot rod, economy hot rod style, but
They're not the
nothing
complete
like this.
blown up. Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome. Absolutely awesome. I want to catch up with some comments here, give you guys a break. Brad Caudell, he's responding to the Skillet Lick Road. He said there's a road in North Carolina called Weed Drive. Sign keeps vanishing.
Brad, you really ought to give those back.
Andy Leonard, he works in Paducah, Kentucky, which is between Monkey's Eyebrow and Possum Trot. Oh my God.
I know where Monkey's Eyebrow is.
That's an actual town?
Yep.
Yes.
What kind? Can you imagine them? Do you guys have school mascots in Kentucky?
Yeah.
Yeah. A few. I went to Nelson County Cardinals.
Town names around here is what happens when the moonshine went bad.
Yeah.
Shelby, you're quick-witted. I love talking to you.
I'm trying to behave.
Yeah, no, you don't. We've had Tony Reed on here, the growing corn guy on TikTok. So when people say, like, what can we say? We're like, hey, do you follow Tony Reed Growing Corn 2020 on TikTok? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, you can say anything. So, Brent Shorefight East from Illinois. We have a very popular road here in Washington County, Illinois called Beaver Creek Road. Yes, I bet that is. Shorefighty, not sure what that's for. Shelby, do you have the recipe for cake with Bush Light frosting? Shelby, do you have that?
I'll try. I'll try to work on one. I don't know how good hops taste with sugar, but we'll figure it out.
Terry says, very nice work. John Schutte was our Ask the Garden Tractor question earlier. Says, thanks, guys. Glasses, purple, yellow, diamond. I'm not sure what that means. Sounds like a country song. But he's starting small and wants to go big time one day. Face. Oh, it's emojis, but the emojis.
Yeah, those are emojis.
So I'm reading it. So it's a face with a red. I haven't drank since Saturday. That's good. I like that.
So Shawn, is it going to be a Genesis block, I presume, or
no? It will actually be the 7.8 liter truck block. It is allowed in class. The class is 470 with 1% over, and that allows a stock bore, stock stroke, 7.8 liter in the class.
Nice.
I'm just catching up all the comments. That's where'd the name come from? He answered that already. When will it be ready to hit the dirt? What's your projection?
We're waiting on rods and pistons. I still got to get a belt drive system for it and some other stuff.
Do you need to jack anybody up tonight live while a couple thousand people are watching? Or
no, I don't want to call nobody out. Get here when it gets here. I ain't no better than anybody else.
Yeah, we've just run into, everybody was building in the winter and everybody was ordering parts, and now everybody's going into season and they're going to start breaking. Hopefully not, but it happens. So you get pushed to the bottom of the list during season when you're the new build. So
on behalf of the Pulling Media, myself and all of us, as Pulling Media, if you know who you are, there's making these rods and pistons and that belt drive thing. If you could, I don't know, you're in charge. Maybe move it up on that list a little bit. So
yeah,
I mean, I still got to finish the wheelie bars, wrapping the backside of the cage. I still got to do the steering, all the wiring and gauges. I got quite a ways to go on it.
And it's planting season.
It's planting season, so it's on the back burner for a while.
So you mentioned what do you all farm and how big's your farm, Shawn?
We run 1,500 acres altogether, but we run about 600 acres of hay, 200 acres of row crops, and I think we're down to 350 head of beef cattle right now.
Okay.
So we actually liquidated quite a bit of the beef cattle over the last 2 years. We're getting rid of we're culling them down, getting rid of the old stuff, and getting newer blood, new bulls. So
Any irrigated hay, or it's all natural?
Do what now?
Dry land hay or irrigated?
No, it's all dry land around here. It's too hard to get an irrigation pump on a hill and a knob around here.
We're not flat enough around here for
No.
that.
I mean, our biggest field is about 90 acres, and that's a hay field. It rolls. Our biggest row crop field is pushing about 45.
Yeah.
So we're not large around here.
When is your new tractor going to be for sale? Somebody's asking on Facebook, Shawn.
Never, because I'm not dealing with him crying over it again.
No.
Shelby, never say never. Okay.
Never.
No.
Nope.
No.
This one will be here until our boys are ready to get on it.
And how old are they?
9 and 5, and our little
Yeah.
girl's 3.
Yeah, she'll be the one to get on it before the boys.
She probably will. She'll whoop every single one of them to get on it. She'll take after Mama.
Yeah.
You know I'm going to call that the baby gate tractor from now on.
Baby gate tractor.
Yeah.
Keeping the kids in check, like at all levels.
That's funny as hell, Cody. I'm kind of proud of you.
That is
Yeah, no longer is it baby shark doot 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 doot. Baby gate. Shane, there's another one for you. You're
Baby
welcome.
gate.
He'd better be watching.
Do you think Hunt is he still in school? Yeah, probably a couple more weeks
Yeah.
over there at Murray State. Okay. Linda Schulte loves the 8 ends from the Schulte fam. There's some Iowa Legions there.
We still got to get lights for it. We
Yeah.
on what size headlight we want to put on it.
It's got to have the headlights or it's not an 8N.
Gotcha. Will it be the gray and red color scheme? Austin Thurby wants to know.
Yeah, it'll be a red belly.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah, it'll be red on bottom, gray through the middle, on top.
Some black accents.
Yeah,
So, Shawn,
It's just to polish it out and leave it.
yeah.
Shawn, what I'm about to put on the screen next has to go on your tractor under Prohibition Pulling Team. You promise to do this? Trust me.
Okay.
Okay. Travis Schlaubaugh, the NTPA Grand National Diesel Superstock Champion, says alcohol is made to drink, no spark plugs. So if you could do that little quotes underneath there, have a little fun with that, please.
Okay.
Somehow work that into your
right.
I mean something along those lines, and then just put a little hashtag bone twister, something like that on there.
I think that's. I'm pretty sure that's worth an extra like 200 horse if you do that. If you mention the name Schlaubaugh somewhere, like wherever you put it, it might be worth 300.
Yeah, and then get some of your father-in-law's horsepower wax. Shit, nobody will touch you, Shawn.
Yep.
Philip Craig says, Kinley and Shelby Craig said hi. Get it running this year. That's good.
Hello, girls.
Is that
Terry
the plan?
Morgan?
Get it running, get it out sometime this year, this summer?
My birthday's in July. I'm hoping to have it up by then.
I want a little insight on when that thing's going to make an appearance, Shawn. If you got a wink there, so
Yeah.
If you know, and like you want to have it running, what's the first hook you're trying to shoot for?
Schedules really haven't been released
Yeah.
for stuff around here yet, like specifics with classes.
I'd like to have it ready for the hometown pool, but I don't know that I'll make it.
Yeah,
when you say hometown, do you mean Bloomfield or do you mean Bardstown?
Bardstown, and that's I just looked yesterday. That's the week of the 17th of July. It's
Yeah.
always your birthday week.
Yeah, it's always my birthday
So
week.
that may be.
My birthday's on the 18th. I would take a nice video pass of that thing running down the track and be okay.
What's the closest airport to y'all?
Louisville.
Louisville.
Yeah.
How far of a drive is that?
Hour either way.
Yeah.
Depends on if you want to come back.
Depends on who's driving.
Yeah.
Bingo.
Cody, you might get your birthday wish. So keep us in the loop on that, guys. Okay.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, but Cody wants to drive because he doesn't want to fly with a whole bunch of bourbon because I know why he's going. He's going to buy his own damn birthday present.
All right. We can make that work too. What's that, Shelby?
So we'll ship your bourbon back to you.
I'll take it.
It's all bottled here, so we have to have good boxes, right?
Yeah.
That's right.
Theoretically, yes.
This gal comment right now on YouTube. She makes awesome pulling videos, Elite Reels. She's out in California, I think. But if you're a YouTuber, go check out Elite Reels _ at the end. She makes awesome videos. Awesome videos. So be sure to check that out.
Ryan, do you think they ship LTL out there?
Need a pallet?
If that's the case, we can probably find somebody to just drive it up.
Right.
Yeah.
Mark, what y'all doing that weekend?
Bingo.
How close are they
So
to
do you guys sell any grain to any of the local distilleries?
We ship our corn and beans down to Jeffersonville. It's a consolidated grain and barge.
However, our cows used to eat the slop that came from the distilleries.
Yeah, we used to feed the slop.
Did they walk crooked or did they?
A few times they did.
It's supposed to be cooked out, but you can tell when it's not.
Man, if I was the happiest cows do not come from Wisconsin. They come from Bardstown, Kentucky.
Bingo.
They got a buzz.
Them are long nights. You gotta keep them on their feet. You can't let them get down. You gotta walk it out of them.
Linda Schulte says she wants an 8N for the tow vehicle as well. So do you get a like a
Oh,
little,
that's an idea.
You're gonna spoil something. Let's leave it alone. I got a man that works for the reveal on it.
Perfect. Doug Meisinger.
You didn't happen to buy that one with the twin turbo power stroke in it, did you?
No.
Okay, just
tried though.
Just checking.
No, I didn't do that.
That thing's awesome.
I would notice that much missing out of the bank account. So.
Yeah.
Quite likely, yes.
Yeah, he didn't trade a bunch of your cows for that. So
No, they haven't gone missing, I don't think.
No.
Wow, the Outlaw Champs checking in tonight too. Wow, this is good. Doug's working on kicking Travis's ass again at the Polish Championship. And that's just a little fun there to spice that up a little bit. So that coming up May 19th and 20th. So you guys, you gonna be done farming by then, Shawn?
Do what now?
You gonna be done farming by the Polish Championship by May 19th?
I might be caught up by then. We roll out of crops into hay, and then we spend hay all summer. I mean, it's every 30 to 35 days we're in a hay field.
It's 3 hours and 58 minutes from your house to Nashville, Illinois. So,
Is it grass hay? Is it alfalfa? What do you guys?
We do a lot of grass. It's grass, clover, orchard grass. Just
do some wheat hay too.
Yeah, we do a little bit of wheatlings.
Orchard grass. That's good for the horses.
Yeah. Yeah, they're particular about their horse hay around here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I imagine so.
I don't think around here is the common term. I think it's everywhere. They're particular.
You can't blame them. As much time as they got invested in their horses, they got to be particular.
Right.
Is Brandenburg the biggest outdoor pull in Kentucky?
I don't know that it's
largest.
the biggest, but it's everybody's favorite. Where you go through that tunnel, like pullers. I can remember Dad the first time the Hot Farm was there. He's like, I get to go through the tunnel. It was like a big deal.
No, which one is that Ference Vague helps with? Oh, Shelbyville. Shelbyville. Yep, the horsepower and horse country.
That's actually like the middle ground between us and my parents with Shelbyville. So
that's Ray Tucker's stomping ground there.
It is his hometown.
Is it?
Yep.
Corey Ayers says July 19th. I have faith in you. So.
Hi, Shorty.
Yeah.
How tall? He does not look short in his picture, Shelby. How tall is he?
Oh, when we first met, he was a little smaller than me, and he grew up.
He grew up.
He's a big man.
Yeah.
I love it.
Up with the blue tractor.
Yeah, he
ranched. Edition.
He's one of the few people I know who can grab a 3-disc clutch with pressure plate and flywheel and pick it up and put it in the truck.
Whoa.
Yeah. I've seen him pack a 2-disc flywheel and pressure plate in one arm and talk on the phone on the other while walking in. Yeah. You don't want him upset with you, trust me.
No, he might throw the 2-disc clutch at you.
Yeah.
Like a frisbee.
He probably throw it like a frisbee. You get him mad enough.
Mike Steffen says, what's the rear end in your tractor going to be?
It is a 4,000 case, pretty much. It's got a lot of billet parts in it to keep it from breaking.
Atlas just did that for
Yeah,
us.
Carl at Atlas and all the crew up there set me up with that. So
nice.
Hopefully it don't break. I mean, Carl and them do excellent work.
Yep, they do.
Pro Puller Tires to comment.
Yeah.
Whoever, I don't know the name behind Pro Puller Tires, but they messaged us on their business page and they want to know the story too. So I tagged them to make sure they knew what was going
Hopefully
on.
they're watching.
Yeah, Aaron Doctor is the name behind that. Behind Pro Puller Tires.
We'll make sure Aaron knows.
Yep, okay. I ran whole shots last year, so I know Aaron very well. So
Hawthorne has tires for him.
Mark done a good job on the tires. They look awful sharp.
Yeah, he's a light limited guy too. You might want to double check those. So in case you're whooping up on him. So that little Deutz of his can run. I've been watching that thing kick everybody's ass for years.
Yeah, it's stout. He got a preview of the sheet metal before quite a few other people, and he said, I told him, I said, I want 130s. you think it'll handle it? He said, yeah. And then I sent him some pictures. He said, I like it. He said, we're going to get you hooked up real good. I said, all right, what do you think? He said, we need some center caps for that. And he got me the ones I like. So
Good deal. Shelby, can you pick up the phone and then follow Shawn around and kind of walk around the tractor a little bit? Don't worry about your shop. It's a shop, Shawn. So.
Can I switch my camera around?
I don't know if you can switch it or not.
If you go into your settings, you can, Shelby. It's kind of a pain in the butt. It's up to you. So
Maybe.
if you just go settings and you can flip it around.
Back camera.
There you
Hey.
go.
Get it?
Yep. It's look, I'm a travel agent, and that's my ring light. So sorry, it's Mickey.
Yeah.
It looks like nice.
It looks like Mickey Mouse. It's okay.
Yep.
Yep.
Show it off.
Well, I mean, what is there to show off? It's the sheet metal right now.
It is. Here's the baby gate, girl, so y'all can
Yeah.
see it up close. That it does not look like a baby gate, but
Cody, that's
But
mine.
But it's all keeping the kids in check.
you got
Yeah.
it.
Oh, Cody, coming strong tonight. That's amazing that you made that yourself. That is absolutely amazing.
Thank you. It's got one of Mike Stinson's new style front axles under it. That's you can adjust it to the width you want. We got it. We got it plated up. I built the tube. You'll have to excuse the cardboard cutouts right now for the bottom pieces.
You're still building it. No, those Krager front wheels. When I shared your original pictures, guys, there are a ton of comments about the front wheels on that. So
Yep.
Yeah, that's my that and the steering wheel were my contributions.
Yeah. Hold on. I'll get it.
So what's the steering wheel?
He's gonna grab it. It's on the wall. It had to have old school
Yeah.
steering wheel. It couldn't have anything new, so it's gonna
Yeah.
have right.
It's got a bullseye type center, but it's not in it right now.
Almost street
Nice.
rod style. It had to have something vintage.
yeah, those 30.5s look awesome on that tractor.
Yep.
Now we did this is the fifth set fenders we made.
Yeah, you did like 4 or 5 sets.
Yeah, this is the fifth set of fenders we made. We started out with the original shell type where it favored the factory where it come up just curled over, kind of like the Commander had on it. And
Yeah, clamshells.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just I like fender over a tire. And it ain't nothing against the guys running them, but I like the bigger fenders. We tried making it bigger, and it looked like a basset hound dog ear laid across it, and we didn't like it. And Dad come in. I said, I got an idea, but I don't know if I can pull it off. He said, what? I said, let's blend the new style front end and radius it like the New Hollands on the front. And as it goes over the tire, let's arch it and dome it and turn it into the clover leaf on the back like the seashells got. And this is the fender we got. So it's that we dropped the floorboard on it and done a tunnel over the transmission. We're still working with it. We got to finish fitting it and get the clutch rod and all in. And then I still got to finish up here. It's easier to work with a hole in the top where you want to hold a shaft or something than it is to reach up from the bottom.
Shawn, how many hours do you have into this thing?
I
Days.
quit counting after the first week.
He does
That was
really
probably
good
a very wise idea.
Our babies are still little, and they're with me most of the day, and then he comes home at night, and he makes sure he's in the house for dinner and until they go to bed. So he comes up here a lot of late nights, but it's he puts them first, and I can't say much. As long as he helps me get them clean and in bed, I shut up.
Is the shop close to the house, Shawn? Is it right on the farm?
It's probably 200 feet.
Yeah. It's far. It's right down the driveway.
Yeah.
Far enough she can't yell at you is what you're saying.
Oh no, I can yell.
I still got a wrap the bottom of the cage. I got fancy with the pipe work here and forgot I had to put a ring around the bottom bracing, and I got to rework that.
You build the cage yourself too?
Yeah, I built the cage myself with a manual pipe bender. There's a lot of grunt and cussing going on in that thing.
I would have had your buddy, was it Cody, come over?
Oh, Shorty.
I had Shorty just come over and piss him off, have him bend things.
There you go.
If he lived a little closer, trust me, he'd been over. He liked wrenching on it with me. And then I got the hitch down here we're working on, trying to finish up welding and everything on it.
What weight do you run at with you in the seat, Shawn? What's your go to the track weight? 6,000?
Yeah, that's what the class is, 6,000 pounds. I'm going to try to be quite a bit under that.
Sure.
You know how it is. It's easier to be able to move it than not be able to and be stuck where you're at.
Wow. Shawn, you are very, very talented.
Thank you.
Have you ever attempted anything like this before?
Not on this scale. I mean, I straightened sheet metal where a tree or something fell and dented it. Put a piece of wood over and hammer it out. Radius a corner back, but nothing to this extent. I dropped the hood the other day and cracked it. I gotta rework on it.
Did you cry?
No, I didn't cry. It's one of them. I grabbed it and a bird caught me and I dropped it. Just for the moment.
It's fixable.
It's fixable.
Yep.
I'm not done with it, so we still gotta work on it. We built a radiator cap. It was a bet that I couldn't build it, so I built one.
Are you TIG welding this all together then?
Yes. And no, I'd never TIG welded before. I had to learn on this. So
that was my follow-up question too. Is did you learn how to TIG weld on this or before this?
Yeah, I learned. There's a lot of holes in it, a lot of grinder work fixing it.
Aluminum is not forgiving.
No. Well, once you figure out how to use the foot pedal, I mean, it's a lot better than I'm used to a MIG. Pull the trigger and go, and you can't MIG this. I mean, you could, but the MIG I got, you can't tweak it down that low. It just burns through it.
And if you're welding with a spool-matic gun, it's not going to happen.
No, it pokes a hole in it.
Yep.
It pushes it right through. There's no way around it. We tried it in 5 different ways. So I got me a little Vulcan TIG welder from Harbor Freight. It works good on this. So
Harbor Freight should sponsor you after this, Shawn. So
Right?
yeah, there was a running joke with my hot farm. I ported and polished the head on it before I got a Genesis head to put on it. I actually burned up 2 Dremel tools, porting and polishing the head that was on it. So
He's always liked to do things himself.
I
He'd rather know how it works and what it looks like on the inside, outside.
I mean, if people come over and help me, and I got a few friends that come over and help me put the blocks, put the crank and everything in, and they get a little irritated with me, like, why are you going behind me doing it? I said, well, if I don't go back and check behind you and it breaks, I'm going to blame you. If I go back and double check the torque on it and I checked it, it's my fault if it breaks. I can't blame you. So that's always been my rule in the shop. I'll double check it and then I can blame myself. So, but
guys, does that hood raise or is that tilt forward or how does that work?
Yeah, it raises.
Don't drop it, Shawn.
Please don't do that.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Let's see if I can back up a little bit.
I got to get an actuator for it. I ain't got that far yet. And then the side panels, we got. Pull it on.
He got these fancy little pop buttons.
Yeah, push buttons. They're a lot cleaner looking. I still got to add a brace under the hood and mount the stack to it. That's really it. It's one of a kind.
Shelby, I hate to tell you, but
Do what?
go ahead, Shawn.
Oh, everybody keeps fussing at me because I got international weights. They're the most popular around here to find. Ford's a little far and few and in between.
Anybody has Ford weights they're willing to sell, give us
Yeah.
a call.
So,
We know some people who would sell them to you. They live up in Pennsylvania.
we got it.
Foresters.
Jason and Corey.
Mm-hmm.
They were the last ones that got to Dino Limited Edition.
Yeah.
So
Corey he's called me. We've talked about some parts and stuff. I had trouble with. He'd help me out. So he likes it. He's interested in it too. So,
we just never thought it would ever be
Yeah,
popular
we-
before it ever got done. So
No.
it's funny.
Yeah.
You already sold 7 T-shirts tonight on the show. People in the comments, so those are going to be good too. So
Well, we just Angry Duck Graphics just did I had picked shirts made for them.
nice.
So those are done, but I want the tractor to actually be done so we can put the image on the shirts, and we'll get those out. I promise.
We're tossing around ideas on how to do the boxing underneath. I'm not. If we want to leave the skirts down low or raise them up, but cardboard's easy to. If you screw up, you can throw it away. It's easy to fix.
And it gives me an excuse to buy more stuff off Amazon. So
Yeah.
Yeah, honey, do you need more boxes? I'll go shopping.
Now, this cardboard's a little more expensive. It comes from Kaiser Rims.
oh,
All right, yeah, that's a little more spendy.
Yep.
Yeah. They got a good looking rim on the back here. I like
Yes,
them.
they do.
Oh.
Yes, they do.
I'm
Yeah,
almost-
Austin Thurby's.
You could
Go ahead,
polish.
Bruce.
You could polish that thing, and it'd look fantastic, just the way it sits without paint.
that's what everybody
Cody,
says.
remember, we have to take pictures of this thing.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, I'm okay with that.
And the sun's going to be all
Well, you
glinting.
think about it though. If you polish it, as soon as you flash hits it, it's not gonna. You're not gonna.
That's what he's. Yeah, that's what he said.
Fun fact: we don't use flashes, so
This
Yeah,
is
but
Mark
if you're pulling into the sunlight, boy, that's gonna gleam like nobody's business.
it would be the coolest mirror finish you'd ever gotten a picture of, just like
Yeah,
that. Ford
this,
emblem right
this
there.
is Mark Hawthorne's little deal for the rear end.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
He has really nice center caps for all the brands.
Mhm.
So we just got to decide whose turbo we want to put on it and go that route. I mean, you got pretty good selection.
The problem is now is if you buy one now, who knows when you get it? And by the time you get it, it's outdated. So
Yeah, that doesn't change even when your tractor's running. Just a heads up on that. So
oh
Yeah.
We know how the route works, and it is what it is. It's first come, first serve. That's the way it's gonna be.
Yeah.
Yep.
But you got to have a motor to put a turbo on, so there's no need in ordering a turbo to the rest of the motors built. So we'll hold up on that.
That thing is gorgeous. I love it. Prohibition Poly Team right here.
Yeah.
So
Here, you show Jason what an English wheel.
Oh, there you go, Jason. So you know what an English wheel looks like if you go through.
There you go.
That's what did it all.
wow.
Yeah, you change these. I'll grab one of the extreme ones. You can go from a flat wheel to a dome wheel, and depending on the radius of the dome, how it presses, it can do two things. It'll curve it this way and curve it this way. You take what they call a rubber band and put on the top wheel, it makes it like a brake. It won't bend it over the wheel, it'll bend it across the wheel. That's how I rolled the edge of the hood and made it straight and radius. It takes a lot of time to figure out. It takes a lot of screwing up more than anything.
Did you own an English wheel before you started this?
Do
No,
what now?
no, he didn't.
What was it?
Did you own the English wheel?
No, I did not. I bought an English wheel, a welder, and some simple dolly hammers and fender dollies and stuff from Harbor Freight and started in on it. So it's been a
Austin Thurby says, and smash the shit out of your fingers. So.
yes, we got smash marks still thumping from it.
Who are some pullers that live close to you that we'd recognize their names?
Mike Wilhite.
Yeah, how far does Mike live? Mike's from Bardstown, right?
Yep.
Yeah, Mark Filiatru, Garrett Filiatru.
Yep. How many light supers or they have light supers now?
What was that?
They have light supers now. They don't have light limiteds anymore, right?
They got both. Last I know, they may have sold the Can Survive, but I doubt it.
Okay.
Then you got up the road in Georgetown, you got Kevin Shingleton and Floyd Shingleton with the Kentucky Gambler and the Semper Fi.
Cynthiana, you got Mac Darnell.
Yep. You got Shelbyville, you got Lindsay and Alan Moore. I mean, there are so many of them around here. Fairfield, you got Travis Gordon. I mean, there are a lot of heavy guys around here that will stomp your ass in the ground if you screw up a weight.
I love it.
I mean, they got a lot of years of experience. I mean, I'm used to driving a lawnmower, push it to $3,000, ride the clutch, and I'm going to be pushing this to $3,000 and wanting to start on the clutch and having to remember I got more RPMs I can go to.
Yep.
So,
Oh,
Have
wow.
you ever driven a light limited?
No, I haven't. It can't be no different driving them little mini rods with them little motorcycle engines turning 8 and 9 grand. So,
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, wind it up and let's go. So,
That's why
I
I
mean, at
have
least you'll
zero.
be used to the idea, the concept of winding it up till the engine sounds like it's about to come apart.
yeah. Dad says push it till you think it might break and back off a little. I'm like, nah, we'll see if we can go a little further. So, we still got to get. I still got to get it figured out. If we're gonna put the Ford emblem on the side, and we got to get the emblem for the front. I think I can use an F-350 Ford emblem on the tailgate for the front. I ain't decided yet.
Nice. You mentioned your dad a few times tonight during the show. Is he still involved in the pulling team, or does he help out or go with you? Or
He's out here and help coach. He helped hold the other end of the sheet metal as I was rolling it and time it and say don't get mad at it. Walk away, cool off, come back, work on it some more. We worked on the stance of the tractor 4 or 5 times, change it, and we talk about it and discuss and argue back and forth how we was going to make it and not make it and how I screwed up and had to remake it and several other things. So, but yeah, he's very much involved in the pulling on it. He helped on the roll cage quite a bit, kept me from taking a sledgehammer to it a time or two. That thing was a booger.
A lot of geometry and angles in that.
Them radius bars for the X-Brace are a bitch, for lack of a better word.
yes, they're going to make pulling shirts. I swear some of you people don't listen to the interviews, all the questions I'm saying.
No,
Maybe
not at all.
on late.
They need to put the closed captioning at the bottom. They read.
I should have. I think we can do that actually.
Speaking of things that you should read, throw that last comment back up. That's a heck of a compliment right there.
Yeah, Doug Meisinger, our outlaw champ, TPC Superstock champ. Oh, Logan, shut up. He should really think about building hoods. So that's awesome.
Look at you.
Yeah.
Thank you. This might be just a one-time adventure.
All right, I'm going to put y'all back on the front.
Yeah.
Shelby, if his head doesn't fit through the door now, we're sorry.
Yeah, it's all your fault. I'll send you the bill.
Well, Shawn, Shelby, thank you for welcoming us into your life and your shop tonight. We have a couple questions that we have to ask, or Ryan asks at the end of before we let our guests go. But it's great to meet you guys. I mean, I know I've ran into you before in the past, probably at Gordyville or something like that. Shelby for sure. It's been fun having what an original build. It's so cool, and we really want to. I mean, I really want to be there when that thing goes down the track the first time. Have somebody there, so please keep me in the loop on that.
We will.
And we got people, and Cody might be that people. We'll see how it goes. We can turn into like a bandit liquor run and and go get a cool ass picture and video at the same time. How far do you guys live from Glencoe, where we're going to be for Sullivan's pull?
2 hours, 2.5, maybe.
I think it's right at 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
About 2.5 hours.
All
Y'all
right.
need to up and see it. You can.
Yeah.
We'll
No,
do
I
it.
got your number, Shelby, because I texted you that thing yesterday. So
Okay.
we'll have some time Saturday during the day. Thank you from the bottom of our heart. This has been a great interview. You guys are great people.
Thank you.
I'm very, very just cool. Such a cool build. Thank you for sharing it with us. Roos, do what you do.
All right, guys, this goes for both of you. You both have to answer.
Uh-oh.
If you could take any tractor, truck, whatever, past or present, and go pulling with it for a weekend, and you don't have to worry about paying for fixing it or fixing it, if that's the case, what would you take pulling? Where would you take it, and why?
I'd probably want to ride Esden Lane's ride one time. I think that would be awesome. Ride a multi-charger. I mean, that's got to be a ride on one of them things.
Where would you pull it?
Take it to Bowling Green. That way everybody can see me screw up when I couldn't get it off the line. You know, there's no way a normal person could like that thing as many chargers as on that thing.
Well, heck with all, and this is no slam on Esden, but last year Esden had a hard time lighting it. We watched him try on multiple occasions. There was it was one of those years.
He was fighting it all, but that's already
Yeah,
been
he
fixed.
fought it all year.
Yep. It's been fixed.
All right, Shelby, your turn.
Real quick, Shelby, before you answer your question. So that was Mark Dietrich that wants to know. I jumped on the group. He wants to know when the new tractor is going to be for sale.
His dad's wanting the tractor bad.
If I could pull anything, I would want my own. I would want a custom. It's not anything that would exist to this point. I would want an old Ford Highboy with a big, nasty power stroke in it. And it would have to just go out and whoop tail. That's what I would want. Yep. And it would be probably at my hometown track in LaGrange, Kentucky, because my grandpa and my family grew up there. So that's probably where I would take it.
Shelby, do you remember your first tractor pull?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. I think Shelbyville was probably the first one I can remember going, because Kenny and Brad started before Dad got into it. And Freddie Powell and Sonny Powell kind of headwayed them. Even my grandpa, there's a picture of my grandpa at Oldham County back in the day when they were pulling cinder blocks with a cowboy hat on. I swear it's like he's on a bucking bronco. But it's the whole family did it. And Kenny and Brad had that big 4-stack. You remember what I'm talking about? The big, was it International? With the big 4 stacks.
Yeah, it had the V8 in it. It was 1468, I think.
Yeah.
Yep.
So they kind of got Dad into it. And then my first pool was over here in Taylorsville, Kentucky. And I didn't know I was going to pool. It was my birthday weekend, and Mom and Dad had bought me a fire suit and surprised me.
Yeah, it was at Spencer County.
It was at Spencer County, yeah, Taylorsville, Kentucky. And I pulled against Kenny Webb and some of the top of the top that night. And my first pull, I was all over the track, and I came off I was first hook, and I came off the track, and I was just shaking, and they were like, "Do you want to keep it?" I was like, "No." And my dad was like, "Yes, she does." And he made me get back on there, and I ended up winning that night. So that was it. I was done. We had to start taking turns.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was great.
That is awesome. You guys are 8 up on pulling. You're just so you know, for the rest of your life, you're not going to have no money to do nothing else. You're going tractor pulling.
The kids had a dinosaur tractor pull in the living room. They had T-Rex on a tractor pulling their little toy sled.
Yeah. It's just,
Sweet.
If it wasn't for the sport, we wouldn't be where we're at, because I would have never met him, and we wouldn't have the family that we have. So
we do have one problem. My little girl absolutely loves blower trucks.
She does.
Oh my
God.
Anytime a blower truck comes up and it's loping, she's sitting there going, I like it.
She's got some hearing. So I think it's that she can feel them. Those blower trucks, you can feel those coming down the track. I really think that that's part of it.
Yeah.
We just get her right down to Lisa Tatum. She ain't far away.
Yeah, I was going to say, Lisa's not far away.
You're good friends with the Tatums, TJ and Tony and Lisa.
That's where the steering wheel came from, was TJ. He and I picked that up.
Yeah. I got overruled on the steering wheel.
How's TJ doing? We haven't seen him in a long time.
TJ does a lot of the wrenching, and he stays busy running the parts store. So
they're good people.
Yeah.
Being from LaGrange, talking about people, you probably know the Kincaid crew pretty well too. Then
I do.
Yep.
Yep. They're all a mess.
I get Snapchats from them quite often.
Do you?
Yep.
I don't have them on Snapchat. My Snapchat rolls through enough with tractor pullers as it is.
Shelby, tell us about your travel agency a little bit.
So I work for a company called Hype Magical Vacations. It's based out of Indiana, but I'm the only agent that's in Kentucky. I've been doing it for 3 years now. Mm-hmm. And we've got a group of 30, and I'm in the top 5 of the agents this year so far. We send people everywhere, Disney and Universal and all-inclusives and cruises. I just went on a cruise with my kids. I left Shawn home. He was supposed to plant corn, and he didn't.
It was raining.
And we actually.
You're still wrong, Shawn. Just telling you.
I was up here. I won't lie. I was in the shop.
Look, we have an agreement. I don't complain about him being in the shop if he doesn't complain about me going to the beach, because he doesn't like the beach. So,
done.
What Jason got?
What?
Done. Great agreement. No, great agreement. I love it.
Yeah, it's great.
I mean, I deal with dirt, grime, and grit every day of the week farming. I don't want to. It's not relaxing to lay on sand to me.
in the sun. Like if I'm gonna lay on the beach, it's gonna be underneath an umbrella, and it's gonna be.
Well, you're a ginger. You'll combust if you. I mean, that's a thing.
Not that gingerish.
I'm a little too well insulated for beach golf.
Power to the well-insulated people. We have high R value.
Yes, we do.
Shawn, read that comment that's on the screen.
So, I specialize in traveling with special needs. So if anybody out there hears me and is wanting to travel, and if you've got somebody in your family that needs medical accommodations or has autism or anything like that, that's kind of my thing. Our little girl has Kabuki syndrome, which is kind of like Down syndrome meets autism. So I like to make sure that everybody gets to go see the world. That's the whole reason I started it. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's fun.
That's awesome.
Get a lot of really cool, unique people and helping them see the world. And it's one Mickey Mouse at a time. It's awesome.
That is awesome.
Hey, can we shout out that travel agency and your contact? Maybe there's somebody out there who really needs those services.
Sure. Yeah. I've got a Facebook page too. I can send it to Jason if I need to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please do. I'll put that out.
Yep. It's awesome. We love.
But Shawn, read that comment that's on the screen. That's
good show, but would like to compare scrap piles when I can't see with them.
And he says need hot rod. Do you know who Mark Homer is?
I hauled 9 tons of scrap steel away from this shop before we started this build.
Yeah, I'll take you to Homer's shop, and then you will see what scrap pile really is about. So it's all good, and that's a compliment. Mark's one of the most genius minds there is. No dyno. He's always like, you bring that tractor here, Schultz, and we don't need to go to dyno. I mean, he's just he's his story. Yeah, we got to bring you to the Midwest for a couple of days, Shawn.
We really are excited because this class kind of opens up a lot more.
I told her we could go to Florida and tractor pull. She said, I can go to Disney. I was like, if I get to go pull.
Yep. But we're talking down
it's
by
all about compromises. That's
we
right.
just find something in Wyoming because Wyoming is our jam. That's where we will eventually retire in Wyoming. So we got to find some tractor pulls out that way.
Was it okay? Now level with us. Was it that way before Yellowstone?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
No, that's where we honeymooned.
No,
he talked me into. He said if I could have the wedding I wanted, he got the honeymoon he wanted, and he wanted the snow in December in the mountains. And we got off the plane and it was -26.
All right, my idea of vacation is you don't hear nothing, you don't speak nothing. It's just us. So that's what we did. I mean, we drove the last time we went. We put 900 miles on a car in a week, just driving through the mountains, seeing the sight. Drive up to the little gas station that's population 400 in the town, and 60 of them are main people there. That's the little stores I want to stop and visit with.
That's cool.
Yep. So we're down for some Midwest stuff.
Yeah.
We're excited to get out and take the kids and go to some new places. Not just we love our Kentucky pools, but we're excited to for the mouse. Sorry.
It got cold.
So knock, 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 knock. If you're a promoter and you have light limited super stocks, this thing is going to draw a crowd. You might want to call Shawn and Shelby Knopp and say, hey, what's it going to take to get your tractor there? Because we need to get to that where kind of the exhibition type of stuff, not that you'd be an exhibition, Shawn, but something to really draw a crowd in like that. So I mean it. If you're a promoter and you're having this class.
I didn't build it to be a showman or anything. I built it just because I wanted to be different.
But we're finding it's a generation, like it's pulling in generations. Like grandpa is telling their grandson, like I grew up farming with a tractor that looked like that. Like it's going to be something that's going to connect some families. So it's kind of cool.
The older sheet metal.
Embrace that as hard as you can.
Yep.
She says it's nostalgic.
It's very nostalgic.
100%.
Nostalgic. It makes you want to go talk to your papa about, when he cut hay with a sycamore with his 8N. I mean, it's very nostalgic.
Heck yeah. No, you're gonna get some good old boys. This is a joke for me. They need to come to Menno, South Dakota, the beer garden and the Roosters. So the bars, literally, you walk through the back alley into the other bar. It's a hoot. But that's where Homer lives. That's where we had his birthday party in October and November. We're about to upload that video. We got an interview with him and Esden Lane together, talking about the good old days running in the 80s and the 90s. It's freaking hilarious. So cool. So
But
cool.
to get an invite to go drinking with Mark?
Yeah.
That's a pretty real deal. I've known Mark for 10 years, and he's never invited me to go drinking with him.
Because he doesn't like you. So.
Shut your pie hole.
Oh, shoot.
It was a good time, let me tell you.
It was.
Yeah, you can shut your pie hole, too.
Just had to, sucker punch that shit in there.
I could talk to you guys all night. What other questions we have? This is fun. Shawn, Shelby, you guys are great. Just love your personality. Love it.
Shawn, Shelby, what's your favorite track to pull at?
My favorite track?
Yeah, what's your favorite track of all time?
I would probably have to say the year me, Chris Gullett, and the fairground crew built the track at Danville. We got a lot of compliments on that track. It was awesome that year. It was fun. I mean, we spent a whole week rebuilding it, but it was a good track. It was they put a lot of topsoil on. We had to go back remix it, and it turned into, it was a gritty sand, but the harder you turned your tires and tried to pull on it, the more it would grab you. But when they got to the other end of the track and spun out, you wouldn't spin down but about 3/4 to 2 inches at most. But it was fluffy, so they were all changing their weights, but it made a good track that year. That was probably one of the better tracks we've been on.
Brandenburg probably.
Yeah, Brandenburg,
is
the
probably
Phillips
my
crew.
favorite.
They always make a good track down there.
That was probably my favorite. The tunnel is cool. It
Yeah.
really.
I mean, we've rode into Brandenburg and there've been water standing on the track, and a guy would roll his pants legs up or go in his boxers and pop the drain plug, drain the water out, and then 30 minutes later, the track crew's working the ground.
Yeah.
So they got a good crew there too. Georgetown's pretty good.
What's the one
2
in,
years ago when Shingleton built it.
What's the one up in Indiana that's got the big stake? It's
Franklin.
Franklin, Indiana.
Franklin's
Yes.
a good track.
Battle has had them up there the last few years, 4 or 5 years, and that's a awesome place to go.
Yeah.
Isn't that where Peter Norton's from?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yeah. That's a really nice
There
fairground
are
too.
several tracks. Independence is a good track normally.
Yeah.
Gary Spiegel and them normally do a pretty good job with it.
Yep.
Shawn, Austin Thurby wants to know, have you ever driven a V8 mini rod?
No, I have never driven a V8 mini rod. We ran 750 like a Honda or Kawasaki engine. If you could get a Suzuki, you had one that would crank pretty good. You could get 14,000 RPM out of them things.
Kind of like damn chainsaws.
Oh, they wicked little rides. The problem is when we were running them, they didn't require brakes. That was a death trap.
Jason,
Yikes.
That's
back up so when our boys get bigger and they have stupid ideas, I can remind Shawn of the stuff that he's saying. This will be recorded, correct?
Oh yeah, this is on YouTube forever.
Remember that.
Yeah, I will.
This is a cool compliment. Andy, who brought up the John Deere's earlier, I'm an IH guy, and that preparation H is awesome looking. I'm glad you tractor pullers are bringing back the old tractor look. So that's cool.
I mean,
You guys remember the old or the last incarnation or the current incarnation of the Preparation H?
do we?
Yeah. Do you know what it looks like and why he said that?
The latest one, no. I think the
The
last time.
latest one is
I'm working on it.
yeah. You're gonna have to dig a little bit. I haven't seen it in a while, but it's old school McCormick sheet metal.
Oh.
And
Kind of looks like the Barnyard Buick, doesn't it?
yeah, kind of. I
think it's
can't
been
remember
pretty
what it
good.
is. If it's a W650 or something.
I found it on Charles's Facebook page. Here it comes. Give me a second. Got to share this up here. Shawn, this is going to get you all giddy. So
while he's pulling that up, I mean,
Yeah,
and that is the first thing I thought when I saw yours.
But you had to take it back to when tractors looked like tractors.
yeah.
What a cool looking hot rod.
Dad says the newer ones are starting to look more like Ertl play toys with Hot Wheels collection.
he's
said
not
you
far
need
from the truth.
metal on them.
That's cool looking.
Yeah.
I'm serious, you guys. Your tractor. So Clint Medding, good friend of ours from Nordheim, Texas, got the bulletproof buck that Lance Little built. That it's at 830, right, Ryan? 830, yeah.
Yeah, 830 sheet metal.
we could post a picture of that tractor 10 times a day and people wouldn't get sick of it just because of that nostalgia and stuff that you're talking about. When you guys get that thing done, you're going to have people standing around your trailer. It's going to be awesome. And you guys it's awesome.
I've got a habit of letting kids get up on it too. I've got a bad habit of letting kids get on the tractor.
It's not a bad habit.
No, that's not a bad habit. That's an excellent habit.
Rope.
Yeah. We tried to have we had coloring pages made for the last tractor, and we tried to hand those out. And
yeah, I'm pretty good at letting the kids on it. I just tell them, don't push the throttle, and I make sure that the dead man switch is off so that they can't start it or anything. But I just don't want them to push the throttle up and stick a rack or anything. But other than that, they can get on it, take a picture most of the time. So they like it. I've got 4 or 5 guys that they were a little upset when they heard I sold the limited edition. So they might get a little something when we get this one done. See?
Good deal. Good deal. Well, guys, let's let you go to bed, or you can start bending more sheet metal or whatever you call that with your English mule leather. What was that thing again? English wheel?
English wheel.
So alcohol is for drinking, not for. We got to remember that somewhere on that tractor. Put that in there. So
yeah,
we'll sneak it somewhere.
We might really have to put that on there.
No, yeah, I think
please do.
Add the inner. They might go on the inside on the inner fender.
Yeah, just somewhere kind of neat. So somebody that watched the show
peeled off. It's got that statement.
Yep. Somewhere cool though, Greg. Yeah, I saw that when they did their interview on Let's Grow Pulling. So
yeah,
gotta figure out. So we're real big about that. Every tractor has a cartoon character.
Oh Lord.
Every tractor has a personality, and everyone has a cartoon character, and we're trying to decide what this one's going to be.
What are the options?
She likes Trusty from Lady and the Tramp.
The old bloodhound on Lady and the Tramp.
My first thought was the Roadrunner. Maybe
Runner. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Every tractor has a personality. You just got to find the cartoon character.
I mean, there was at one point I was working on her tractor, the black tractor. Dad walked in the door. I was standing there with a sledgehammer with the hood off of it, looking at it. Dad said, "What are you doing?" I smiled at him, said, "Thinking." He said, "About what?" Because we could not get that thing to run right. He said, "Well, think about it a little longer," and turned around, walked out of the shop, and let me stand there with the. Yeah, that's Trusty.
That's Trusty. Yep. I think that's him. I think that's the persona of the tractor. Yep.
Yeah. He's the one that says, "Well, Miss Lady."
Well, it seems like the ears are too long. Like, I mean, I could get it if it had like full-blown Wheatland fenders, but
this needs to be your new question.
If you had seen it when it had cutouts before these fenders, you'd know why that personality would probably fit it. It was awful.
The case of chaos is Taz, because the worst night the worst of a time my father would have getting to a pool, like if the truck would break down, he'd blow a tire, be late, then he'd win by like 30 foot. So he was just constant. That's why it's chaos. It's constant.
Most of the
chaos.
time it was a broke injection line with your dad. Yeah. He was notorious for breaking down.
The worst luck he's had, the better he'll do on the track. So he's Taz.
So what about the old tractors that you sold? What were the cartoon characters for them?
The black one never got one.
The black one never got one. The other one was Bugs Bunny.
Yep.
I have a helmet that she had made for me. It has Bugs Bunny on it.
Yep. That should be your new question. Your new end question is, what cartoon character is your tractor?
Yeah, we're gonna have 2. I like that a lot. For those of you that are watching, what's a good cartoon character for Prohibition? Let's get some. We've named pulling tractors before that have stuck. So
yes, we have.
Tractor names.
I'm still waiting for one to come to play.
What's that?
The nuclear reactor.
The reactor.
One of Kessler's light super stocks. Cody named it because their daughter, his sister, I believe, is a nuclear engineer.
She's a nuclear.
Yeah, she's like a legit rocket scientist, kind of.
Yeah.
Like Sheldon Cooper from Big Bang.
That's insane.
Or the Green Lantern.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So far we have Snoopy.
Telling you, Roadrunner.
Road
I
Runner.
love Foghorn Leghorn. That's my whoa boy. That's
Voice.
he's my favorite.
I say,
I
I
said
think
boy.
Nathan Veg's got that one taken.
Who does?
Nathan with the Jumpin' Jack Flash. I believe there's a Foghorn Leghorn on the back glass.
You'd be
It is.
surprised how many
Yeah.
tractors have either on their helmets or on their tractors. There are cartoon. You just
Yeah.
pay attention to it. It changes everything.
Kenny Webb had Bullwinkle on his.
Yep.
I think the kids would really like that, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
There's
Mountain
some
Dew.
Well, you can count on within about 8 hours, Jason's going to have a discussion question on the Beer Money page. What
Yeah.
cartoon character is your tractor? So make sure you guys weigh in on that.
We will.
Yeah.
I just think it describes them, the way they run, their personalities, how finicky they are. Cartoons they figure it out.
We got a Pro Stock gas truck from, I think it's South Dakota or maybe Northwest Iowa that runs around. It's got a giant stuffed Taz like you'd win at the county fair that rides in the bed of the truck.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Who was it used to have one that rode in the passenger? There used to be a truck down here that had one that rode in the passenger seat when they were pulling.
Three Bears.
Was it?
Yep, Tappahannock, Virginia, I think. It's a square body Chevy, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
I remember seeing it when I was little. They've been around for a long time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Alan Powell says, I'm Captain Chaos from Captain Caveman.
No,
wanna
that
know-
makes sense.
Father, look, he is notorious for creating his own little characters. We used to go to Bristol Motor Speedway every year. We had season tickets when I was growing up. So,
Your dad's gonna kill
oh,
you.
I don't
I'm
care.
not involved in this one,
Hey,
Alan.
they used to pull me out of school twice a year to go to a NASCAR race in Bristol,
It's
Tennessee.
an educational experience.
You're a lucky young lady.
And we took a camper and we stayed at this little campsite that was actually they made drag cars. Like, it was a drag car shop, and they made junior dragsters, and we would get to go in. It was awesome. But I remember my dad switched teams one year and went to Kyle Busch, and nobody liked Kyle. It was when Kyle Busch first was a rookie, and nobody liked him. And my dad came out of the camper one morning when everybody was making breakfast on the griddles and M&M pajama pants, a Kyle Busch t-shirt, and an M&M towel wrapped around his neck like a cape with an M&M box from Sam's with eyes cut out. So that is Captain Chaos right there. There's pictures somewhere. I'll find them.
Was your father drinking heavily the night before?
What is it?
Was your father drinking heavily the night before?
No, he doesn't drink. He's just that funny.
Wow.
He's just that chaos. It's
You
great.
should see him with the kids.
Yeah, he's
I'll
the
bet he's I'll bet he's dynamite.
He's just that funny. He is. He's a showman. That's why his stuff is always clean and pretty. And yeah, Captain Chaos.
I'm
There's
waiting
Ted.
for the first person to answer that question tomorrow when Jason asks it with Captain Underpants. I just got to know who's going to do that.
You're right, Shelby. We're going to, it's kind of like you buy a new car and you didn't think there was a lot of cars like yours until you buy it. And they're like, oh, everybody's got one of those. I'm going to start, there's a lot more, here's Taz Toy. There's a lot more cartoon stuff. I just Googled it real quick and it popped up right away. Andy Leonard said, I got zeros on my report card for my parents taking me out of school to go to Louisville, the machinery show.
Your parents did it wrong.
I was gonna say, I know somebody that made that his FFA project.
Yep.
Nah, that's a pretty good idea.
Esden did that, didn't he?
Wrote the report on your favorite Disney character, and he chose I Am Groot.
And all he did was write a report in the style of your favorite character. And so his entire report was just I Am Groot over and over again because that's all Groot
That's
says.
all Groot says.
So Brian Heater says, it looks like the big guy on Popeye. That tractor just looks bad to the bone. What was Popeye's nemesis?
Brutus.
Brutus?
Yeah.
Brutus.
Brutus?
Popeye.
Is it?
No, I wasn't Brutus.
I don't
Pluto.
know. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's Brutus. I actually ate spinach when I was young because my grandma said I get muscles like Popeye. So, yes, Shawn, I think we found a winner from my vote. I'm going to show you this picture here in a second. I like this. I like Brutus. I think that'd be badass on the side of your tractor.
Yeah, but he was always getting the shaft from Popeye.
Well, yeah, you're right. He did.
I'm telling you, the Roadrunner, you know, right past everybody else.
Yeah.
Elmer Fudd.
No, we're not doing Elmer Fudd.
But we've started now.
Yeah.
Yep. Everybody needs a new tractor name and new character. That's everybody's homework. Have a character for your tractor.
I like that. Shawn, Shelby, we're going to let you go. Thank you so much for coming on. Let's stay in touch. Okay, Shelby?
Thanks, guys.
Right. Good. We'll let you know when it's out.
Yep.
Thanks, guys. Have a great night.
Oh.
Bye.
That was a fantastic interview, Roos and Cody.
That was fun.
Great personality, great people. I mean, it's fun. The amount of people we think we've met a lot of people, but we just touched the Midwest. We get a venture out every now and then, but this show's really opened up the whole country, and got to get some Canadians on here too. So if the time change wasn't so bad, we could get some Australians on here and some European guys. So, but we can do shows during the day with them. So, yeah, that was cool. That tractor guy, seriously, when I saw pictures of it, I messaged you guys right away. I was like, we got to get these people on the show. That was sharp. And I knew Shelby had something to do with Case of Chaos, but I couldn't put it together. Didn't think a lot about it, but I knew it was something there. So I'm glad she came out of that right away. So,
yep.
What would your cartoon character be for the Remedy?
I'm just a big, like, that Bugs Bunny, whatever that genre is, Ryan, like the Foghorn Leghorns, all those. I got to really think about that. But the new tractor could have a little of that on there. We got time. We got time to think of something. So
We need to make a phone call to Warner Brothers. Time for you to sponsor a pulling tractor and put a cartoon character on it.
That would be awesome.
Write a check for $500,000. Thanks.
That would be awesome. That tractor would happen a lot faster if I could give my singer $500,000 right now. So a lot faster. So,
did you happen to see what my singer's little call out for Travis the other day?
I didn't. I didn't.
I shared out the poster, and I said something about one green one and like 7 or 8 yellow or red ones, and they're all coming after Doug. And Doug says, "Yep, still waiting to see if Travis has found his nuts."
Oh, I love it.
I don't know if Travis saw that, but I did tag him in it.
Yeah, no, they know that they're that battle is going to be what we're going to talk about. It's been fun. Telling you guys, Sydney Summers pushes the needle. I've paid attention to all the posts that Brent has done for Pullers Coming, as did Lane, Sydney Summers, and the yellow truck, the diesel truck that always starts on fire, Shark Bait.
Jesse Warren.
Jesse Warren.
Yep.
Those three
Shark
pullers. Bait. Those three pullers have, like, from an insight point of view for us, social media dorks, those three have pushed the needle more than anybody else, like with their announcements on there. So I asked Sydney to send that video, in front of the tractor. She did for me this weekend, and that was amazing. I reached out, I want all the pullers to send me a video talking about that, showing that, for us to get behind and do all these shop tours and stuff, it's hard because this is still a hobby for all of us, and it's a lot of work. Yeah, I'm trying to make beer money into a business, and we got staff, but man, it takes a lot of time to do everything and to put everything together and stuff like that. But having some shop tours like that's cool. That's what I love about this live. And Shawn and Shelby, that was perfect. They had good internet, they had the tractor in the background, great personalities, and that,
yep.
And I don't get into that whole built not bought thing because I can't. That's the only way I can play is if I pay somebody to build me something. But the pride that guy has into that thing, that's amazing. That tractor is going to it's going to win the internet, guys. It really is.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys see what Medding's pictures do? Anything unique in our cookie cutter world. You know what I mean? And I get it. The new sheet metal's cool if you're a big farmer and all that stuff. But man, the way some of these nostalgia, sheet metal's coming back. And then Binder Light used to be the one that really kind of did all this. I don't know if they're still making hoods or not, but they could make a 1206 look good. That was what my dad would always say. He'd always, the D21 always had the original D20 wood hood on it and 17 million patches and from stuff breaking and blowing up and adding a new stack. But he loved that. He loved the symmetrical look of it. But man, the way these guys make these things look good. They don't look goofy. You know what I mean? So.
Yep. Yeah, because the 1206 hood, 1256 hood, they were kind of narrow. It's hard to fit a big block deer under the hood. Don't at me. For the final time. Nobody cares in the stands. The casual fan doesn't care whether the curtains match the drapes.
Yep.
I get it. I get the argument.
Oh,
I just don't care. I
okay.
want more fans in the stands. I want more people cheering. Yep. I want more people saying, "Oh my goodness, that's the most beautiful 1206 ever."
Yep. So Ted from Binder Light passed away last year. Alan Powell just commented. Okay, that makes sense. And this is 10, 15 years ago when I hear his name a lot, guys. Like Gordyville was the only time I ever got out really to see other associations because it was either ECI, Tri-State, or Badger State, and that's all I ever saw. Maybe a Toma, sprinkle a Toma in there or something like that. But otherwise, you didn't get to see all these other vehicles until you went to like a Gordyville, or something like that. So it was always fun. So
that was the first place I saw Case of Chaos. Actually, might be the only place I've ever seen Case of Chaos.
Yeah, I would agree with that statement. So,
and for the record, there needs to be more 30 series Case tractors out there. That's a sharp tractor. Put that. Can you find that photo and pop one back up there?
Of Case of Chaos?
Yeah.
Yeah. Give me a second. I had
30 series Case with those headlights there in the nose. Those look sharp.
Okay.
Love those.
We're 2 hours into this, but we still got a lot of people watching. Let's get into that awesome sheet metal chat. Like, what do you want to see come back? Like, let us know. Let's find some pictures and let's talk about it. I'm telling you though, Median's 830. That thing freaking blows up
the internet every damn time.
Yep. So let us know. We got did Big Ryan ask his question? He did, Ryan DeBrew. He did. He wanted to drive Esden Lane's diesel super, and Shelby wants a monster
wanted
truck.
Her own tractor with a power stroke in it.
And she wants a monster truck.
No, it's a Ford high body.
That's scary.
Old Ford with a power stroke. Yep.
She is. Those two are meant for each other. I mean, you can tell they just have a blast living. So.
That's sharp sheet metal, man.
Oh yeah.
We've got the Fool's Gold tractor out here, and that thing looks just mean as hell.
Yep.
But that's, I think, probably one of the. I mean, those two tractors. How many others are out there that you guys can think of who are watching or who are on the panel tonight? How many other 30 series can you think of?
Not many.
And lots of you don't even know what the Fool's Gold looks like.
There's I don't know how old this picture is. If it's older, I don't see aluminum wheels in the back, but there's the front headlights. So
I just think those look cool. They look mean.
Did you ever see his Farmall? I did not see his M Farmall. Binder Lights M Farmall. Let me try to find that. Let's see here. Brian Heater says, I think the Oliver 88, 77, and 55 would look sweet. Yes, it would. Mark Ulmer coming through at the D21. I would agree with you, Mark. I got a special spot for them D21s.
I think, if I remember right, there's an 88 series Oliver with a roll cage up in New York. I can't remember what the name of it is, but it looks sharp. And Darren Bomber's 1206 is it is gorgeous on 3 wheels or 4. Sorry, buddy. You knew I had to throw that in there.
I still think Cody Shea's with the stance. That's the sharpest one ever.
Yeah, it looks sharp.
Just because it's sat so low to the ground, right? Is that why? I mean, what was about that? It just made it pop.
I think the red, the paint. Brandon Simmerly, if I remember correctly, I think Brandon may have painted that, or one of maybe somebody that Brandon worked with or taught or had something to do with. I think. Don't quote me on that, but whoever did it, that
Alan
red.
Powell, was it in the light limited super stock class? I'm trying to find this Farmall M. Itty bitty binder. That's what Moose Morgan's watching. Morgan and Wyatt, my little Rain Man. Our back door guys finding everything out. Binder. It was called Itty Bitty Binder. Yeah. Now I remember. Itty Bitty Binder pulling tractor. Man, the internet's amazing.
I just sent you the fool's gold too. In the chat.
John, the one from Out by Us, or the one from Ohio?
Out by Us.
Okay. There's a fool's gold out of Ohio. John Sapides. It's a propane pro stock.
It's a gas pro stock. It's the last gas pro stock on the planet.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the 1030 case.
Yeah. And it's a light super, if I remember right.
Because I remember Ryan was sick and he asked, he's like, wait, was that tractor actually there and I missed it? I said, yep.
Is that State Fair?
Yep.
Yeah, I was pissed.
I found it. Picture from Gordyville taken by Jake Morgan or Dick Morgan. I found it on the pull off. They popped up on the Google. You guys remember this now that you see it?
Yeah, I remember that.
That's sharp.
I don't think
What sheet metal does Vorwald have? Is that a 460 on his hot farm?
450, I think.
450. Mark Ulmer saying
Tim's kind of picked up the torch and run with that with the letter series Farmall sheet metal with the Barnyard Buick. That's a sharp tractor, and boy, it sure does run.
Who's got a really pimp D21 now? Terry's High Strung. That's sharp. Who else?
Terry's High Strung. What about the that one from Ohio that the same guy who painted Bone Twister? Is it the Equalizer? Mark Gettinger?
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. You painted tractor.
What's the one that ran at there's two that come to mind. The one that ran at Shipshawana and the one that ran at Mound City, Missouri. The Sunset shop that I got.
Got you Google Mark Gettinger and it shows a whole bunch of pulling tractors flipped over. Because I typed in Mark Gettinger Equalizer. Didn't his diesel super in that one TNT show, the whole freaking front end just launched? You guys seen that? You ever seen that video?
No.
TNT 1988. You guys are going to crap when you see this. I'm going to pull this up. Keep yakking, sorry.
D21, you're talking about Tom Knoll.
Yes. Bounty Hunter? No. Tom Knoll. Tom Knoll. Travis Dolman helps him. We pulled against him this summer.
Yep.
Oh, man, why do I sometimes suck at names like this? Oh, Alan Powell says, is it Ghost Rider out of Tennessee D21? That's a sharp one. I've seen that. Was that the guy with the cool helmet that had the first one to do that? I remember. You guys are going to crap your pants when you see Gettinger's whole motor just launch out of this tractor.
Tradition.
Yes, that's right.
Yep.
The Tradition D21.
Yep.
You got to watch this, you guys.
The international people, they pull for the internationals. You pull for your product brand. The case here, we're watching.
Sure, I turn the sound on. Give me a second.
super stock driver. He's watching the turbocharged boost, as many as 4 turbochargers, watching his water injector, trying to throttle up. His right hand's on the throttle. As he starts to roll, keep an eye on him. He'll start to plant the horsepower. Right now, Richard, he's coming your way.
They've got about 1,500 horsepower going down that track. He looks like a rolling freight train right now. Lane out of Minnesota is just smoking it down this track in Memphis, and he has got a full pull in the red line. What a way to start the super stock competition.
Say it again.
Pull by Edson Lane out of Dayton, Minnesota in the Red Line Fever tractor.
Richard, we were talking earlier today with these fellows about the engineering. They're probably some of the most sophisticated equipment in the pulling sport. The technology here is phenomenal.
Army, earlier this afternoon, you spent some time with Edson Lane, and he discussed the super stock smokers.
In the sport of professional pulling, there are 5 categories. The super stockers, one of the most awesome classes to participate on the TNT Redman Tour. One of them standing behind me. They call it the Red Line Fever. Lane does the driving of the... I tell you what, Evan, you fellas put on a super show out here on the Redman Tour with us.
Yes, we do. We try to go out there and put a good show on with the fans and everything, try to generate all the different colors of all the super stock tractors and farm tractors that are available to all the farmers.
Now, the crowd appeal is one of the most interesting parts of the super stocks. It appears to be a stock vehicle. However, the appearance is about where it stops, right, Essen?
Yes, because my 86 came with a gold grill.
12 times more horsepower than what you can buy off the showroom floor.
Can you show us a little bit of that horsepower?
Yes, I can.
You know, the turbochargers are coming to motorsports in the last 10 years, but I have never in my life, Essen, seen as many turbos on one vehicle as we're looking at on your super stock tractor.
Now, this is all different pressure stages here. These turbos here, they gather air, and it compresses it into another turbocharger, and then we just go on, we get a compressor in another one before it goes into the manifold, into the motor on the stock block of this international tractor.
So the only piece that we're actually looking at now that is international is the block itself?
Yes, that's it. This is the stock block and cylinder head at the moment.
Out of curiosity, what is the total horsepower you're making right now with your super stock tractor?
Was it
upwards around 1,800 to 2,000 horsepower.
Although I know that.
Can you imagine plowing a field with that much horsepower? These tractors are stock in appearance. Edson Lane already with a full pull the first time out, and he's coming right back on the track now with Brett Berg's tractor called Never Enough, and Esden looking to make it more than enough, Army.
Well, Never Enough is a up-and-coming tractor. Esden has a hired driver. He's kind of like, he's a pro driver. They want him to drive. They know what he can do. He has a handle on the track. He knows where the track will hold the horsepower. One thing I would like for the people to listen to the sound of the vehicles. You never hear the tractor run. All you hear through those turbochargers is the air going into the engine and the air coming out of the engine. He's back to black, meaning he's at maximum horsepower. Richard, he's coming your direction.
Edson Lane is off and running in the Never Enough tractor. Already one full pull for Edson Lane. He looks like he's going to roll across the line for a second consecutive full pull. Edson Lane and Never Enough makes it 2 in a row. Another full pull this time.
Think this is like Memphis Speedway, guys? I'm sure it is.
I don't know, but boy, I sure listened to the motor there.
Okay.
Between the announcers.
Jason, I sent you 3 photos there.
Okay. There's a ton of D21. Brad Summers D21, Summer Storman, Entertainment Light Pro, Scott Becker's D21. Send me these pictures, guys. So
and everything, and
I got to show you Gettinger's Diesel Super just launching the motor. You guys are gonna crap.
Your first second with both full pulls. What's going to happen in the rest of the field? The handwriting's on the wall. In order to get into this thing, they've got to make a full pull. Is there anybody behind us that can do that?
Oh, there's another 1 or 2 tractors that can do it. Depends on what the track does, if the track distance changed or anything.
Well, I tell you what, we'll let you get back to the action. We know you're going to be busy. Right now, they're shooting for the man out of Minnesota.
And I'll tell you, one of the guys that could take him is a former Redman TNT National Super Stock champion back in 1987, Mark Gettinger. He's out of Indiana. He's driving the Equalizer.
Gettinger, he's an up-and-comer. He knows what he's going to have to do. What he must do right now, Mark, is under pressure. The Equalizer has to make a bonsai run. He's going to put all the horsepower he possibly can to the track. From a distance, we can watch him sitting on the sled. Remember, these fellas are watching so many gauges. They're getting the boost on all the turbochargers.
Nobody
Not just
watches
one
any gauges.
turbocharger, Richard, as many as 4. They're looking at the water injector. Look at his eyes. Back and forth. They dart, looking at all the gauges. He gets ready to roll on the throttle. He's got to make the strongest run of his life if he's going to get in a full pull. He's making some horsepower.
Oh, no. Wait
Or
a minute.
not.
He explodes.
Look at that.
Just
This is
on
gone.
the start-finish line. Mark Gettinger's engine just explodes. Goes into pieces. The Alice Chalmers D21 Super Stock tractor just falls apart. You saw immediately Mark Gettinger climb off and run away from the vehicle. Army is down there at it now. We're going to be going down to Army Armstrong to talk with Mark Gettinger to find out what happened as the explosion just rips apart the equalizer machine of Mark Gettinger. Of course, this is one of the hazards that these drivers face, and also some of the danger they face being on the super stock machines is exactly what happened here. Let's go down to Army now with Mark Gettinger.
Mark Gettinger just experienced one of the most violent explosions we've seen in this sport in many a year. Mark, what exactly happened on that shot?
I tried a higher gear, and I guess it just worked it too hard. I did some changes to the tractor, and I think I had a little more power than I usually do, and she just let loose the block. You know, I've been pulling with that block for 2 years now, and it just let loose.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're glad you're okay. We wish you the best of luck in the future. You know, in drag racing, every now and then you get a bye run. Circle track, you get yellow laps. In this sport, when you hook to that sled, you got to go as hard and as long as you can. It was not to be Gettinger's day.
But thank goodness Mark Gettinger okay. His tractor ripped to shreds. We'll be back at the Memphis Motorsports Park where Army...
Insane. So that was Pulling Reference Rewind. Is that one of Dan Mayer's channels?
Yeah.
Okay, shout out to Dan, because that's awesome. I'll throw his YouTube channel in the chat there. You guys go watch that video.
I feel like Prohibition team needs one of those little lawn tractors in a Ford N style to go pull it on the track. It'd be all right.
You mean like a Boomer 8N?
Yep.
Corey can probably hook him up with one.
Exactly.
Corey Forrester sold more of those tractors than any other New Holland dealer on planet Earth.
Yeah. Are we?
He helped me write the article. I wrote an interesting iron article about the Boomer 8N, and Corey was instrumental in making that thing go. He told me all sorts of stories about those tractors.
Yep.
They're actually pretty capable little things.
This is Light the Fire, Scott Becker's. Shelby's watching the show. She said that would be awesome. Cody, you're spending all their money. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you got buy-in from her. You know, nice work.
Hellbent, is that Mike Egan's tractor that came to the Pullers Championship last year, guys?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. There's Hellbent. So there's a lot of Sharp 21s out there. We just got to find pictures of them. Ryan, so we need to have like a vote off, like D21 versus I need your help with this, but if we could come up with some brackets and then do some voting and then come up with something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We can do that. We can definitely do that. There's Mike Egan. Somebody said Summers. We've seen Summers, Brad Summers at Cowtown, right? Roos and Cody.
Yes. If you just go to Brad Summers' Facebook page and then look at the photos tab, you'll see bunches of them because I've got a couple of good ones of them. I know Cody has too.
Okay.
Yep.
That's a Sharp tractor. That thing looks beautiful at sunset.
Yep.
Is it called the Equal? No, Summer Storm, right? Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
This is the first picture I have, guys. We'll get different ones, but as they pop up, but there it is. But that's original 10 on that for sure. Who else? Mark Ham. Y'all haven't gone to bed yet? No, we haven't. The Entertainer Light Pro. I know I've seen that, but I can't find a picture of it, guys.
Wisconsin Light Pro. It's I know I've got a shot of it.
I know I videoed it at Toma last year. Yaron would probably on his Facebook page find some Toma.
The other one that comes to mind is the Missouri Mule.
Yep. And if we're talking about famous D21s, we would be doing no service to Max Simpson if we left Mino Alice out.
Yep. Oh, let me think here. Well, I'm going to work on something, Ryan. We're going to have to one night jump on the phone. Steve Rogley's D21.
There's a trio of D21s out in Ohio that run in the classic Superstock class, or at least they used to.
I sent you 4 pictures in the group chat. There's 3 D21s and then the Fool's Gold.
So this is from the ship, right?
Yep.
That was the 15-mile-an-hour King of the Hill.
Yep.
Is that the pumpkin? Is that Maston's? Is that Maston's one?
No.
Okay.
Maston's was a 220 or a 210.
What's a D21? Just a good-looking farm tractor go for? He's like 30,000, probably 25, 30,000.
In that neighborhood for a nice one.
Brabeck's Big Thunder. Mark Ulmer coming in hot. I don't even know. I've never seen a picture of that tractor. I'll have to Google it. I'll have to look at Cody's pictures here. Fool's Gold. Okay, he won the Iowa State Fair. He's from Missouri. Oh, shoot. Light limited.
It's in the comments. Jason somebody, I believe.
Sorry.
They're from Unionville.
Jason Valentine from Missouri. Yep, Ulmer.
Yeah, there you go.
On that. Thank you.
Go.
Yep.
Schulte's is a 450 Farmall. Yeah, sometimes I don't keep up with the comments quick enough. Whoa.
Wow. All right.
Why'd you send me that? Is that the 4th picture, Cody?
No, I think you went the wrong direction. Go back to there you go. Keep going down one more. There you go.
There's Knowles.
There's Tom Knowles.
That's a Mound City, Missouri picture right there. That sunset, right?
Yep.
I can tell. That's sharp.
That was
left.
I've never seen a sunset quite like that one.
No, and then you can tell it's a Connor machine because of where the stack is.
Yep.
Ernie Connor and the Missouri Mule. Yeah, we're got to do a D21. Morgan Schulte wants to see a 2594 Case Hood. Ghost Rider. Yeah, I've seen
Has
that.
anybody done one, Morgan, that you know of?
Dun, 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 dun.
We know Mark Ham.
J.I. Case for the win. Yep. Mission Impossible D21. Whose is that?
Oh gosh, I can't. Oh, for the life of me, I can't remember the last name. We lost him and his dad.
Yeah, they were killed.
That was a sharp tractor.
Weren't they killed in an accident?
Yes.
That's
they were broadsided in a side by side.
That's the guys that have the light probes from Badger State now. Cartwright's tractor. Yeah, that's Cartwright's tractor. Went south when it was a pro farm route. Yeah.
Yep. That was a beautiful machine. It still is. If I remember correctly, I think it may have been sold. I don't know that for fact.
Wasn't there one in Louisville this year? 2594.
Evening Thunder, maybe.
What's the Blacklight Pro that started on fire?
That's a. That I think is a 2096.
Josh Kane, what's yours called? What's that say? Absolute Chaos? I can't zoom in on that picture, but this is a sharp one, guys. Yeah, I'm going to have to do a D21 day again, Ryan, on the old page. Yeah, Case of Incognito. That's a sharp tractor, but I can't zoom in on it, guys. Sorry. But that looks good. Josh Kane sent that to me. There's some other stuff coming in on the Facebook. Morgan Schulte sent me 3 pictures. Maverick. Whose is this?
Maverick's mistress. He sent me the same photo.
I can't blow him up though. That's what sucks. It's hard to see him. There's the entertainer. There's the light.
The entertainer.
Yep, that's one of Brent's pictures. That's our other one.
That's the other. That's the entertainer's running mate.
That's Jim Falls, Wisconsin. Yeah, there I am sitting on the bleacher videoing. Imagine that. That's Randy. 2
Tice?
Yeah, his name right on there. Tice. Sled handler.
Holy smokes, that's a big grill.
Yeah.
Baby Gate. Dude, Cody, you nailed it with Baby Gate.
Yep. Keeping the kids in check.
Scrappy is a little bit D21, Jeanette, my singer says. Oh, shoot. One piece at a time. Mr. Alice. The Super Stealer back in the day.
Yep.
Husky Extractor. That's still out there. I think. Absolute chaos. Okay. Thanks, Josh.
You better pop a picture of the equalizer up there since we kind of talked it up.
Gettingers?
Yeah, the new one.
Yeah, I can't find it. I mean, I did that one day. What's the guy that painted out Cedar Rapids? Did Fig and Bombs. That's where I would find the best picture. So Josh's Absolute Chaos is an 85 Limited Pro with ITPA. Greg Hobbs says Cujo's D21 from Haney Farms. Aren't one of Haney's tractors coming to the Polish Championship?
I believe Cujo.
Cujo, yeah.
So the front of Scrappy has an AC symbol on the weight bar. I didn't know that on the front weight bracket. Put this up here quick. I didn't know that.
Nice.
I did not know that. Well, let's see here. Nick's Septic, Wellert's Pieces and Parts. That's the old hoe handle. That's got to be the old hoe handle, Roos. I'm positive. Positive. What did Mark Cam send us? Mr. Alice. God, I can't blow these up. Dang it. Shoot. There's that 85. Yeah. Oh, wow. Bruce must be making another drink, Cody. So
no, I'm not. I'm searching for Mark Gettinger.
I found him, Roos.
Okay.
Well, the hell. We're not Facebook friends. So I can only see one photo. It's
yeah,
not
I saw it too.
All right.
Shoot. I'll find it. I'll find it. Yeah. We're less than a month away from the Polish Championships, guys. May 19th and 20th. Please make plans to attend. That'd be amazing. Either with the live stream or in person. We're still accepting sponsorships if anybody wants to be a class sponsor, or we have levels at, I think, 500, 1,000, and 5,000 as our class sponsor. Shout out to Chaos Fab for sponsoring the Pro Stock class. The title sponsor, Cody, is
PTT, Prescription Tillage Tooling.
Let's give them a little shout out. Is that their Facebook page code?
Yeah.
Okay. Prescription?
Yep. For technology, sorry. I get that wrong every time.
Technology?
Prescription Technology Toolage.
That's our title sponsor of the Pullers Championship. They've stepped up, did the $10,000 sponsorship, guys. I'll put their Facebook page up. Cody, if you want to talk about them a little bit when I bring it up here.
So they make parts for planers. They make a serrated blade. And the goal with the serrated blade when you're planting is like 70% of soil flow through the planter versus a regular disc, an OEM disc. So they're able to get that soil to move out of the way versus just shoving it to the sidewall. So you get that soil flow through. They make tillage blades and fertilizer blades and other planting components too. But they've done a lot of research in making sure that they've got everything, down to the gnat's ass, and making sure it's the best in the world. So they've gone through.
Can't you order like a Kinsey planter with those from the factory?
Yep. You can order a Kinsey. They've got distributors all over. So like Schaefer Manufacturing, everything like that. They've got tons of different distributors out there, but like you can order a Kinsey straight from the factory with their blades on there. But yeah, they've done lots of things in the industry type of thing, and be able to get that soil compaction. Make sure you're getting the right. You get one. I mean, I say this all the time. You get one time a year to make sure you get it planted right, and they do a fantastic job on making sure that it has the best seed bed you got possible.
That says a lot when Kinsey offers it as an option.
Yeah, and they're not the only OEM that has that option available. So,
and I presume they make it for everything. I mean, if you're one of those guys who pimped out a Harvest International or a White or whatever.
Yep, they make all sorts of. They make blades for several different manufacturers. They make several different types of blades. So they make like a Case IH, just a standard match set. They make a notch. So they make a straight blade for a Case IH. They make a notch set for a Case IH. They also make John Deere straight and notch sets. And then also on the Kinsey blades too, they make a notch set and straight blade. So they have multiple different options. They are very, like I said, they do a lot of testing and redesign and making sure, back when they start out, they had a different hub design, and they've redesigned their hub. So make sure their hub lasts longer than like an OEM type of thing. And yeah, they do a lot of work in making sure they get everything down to the gnat's ass.
And they're pullers, aren't they? Isn't one of them building one of the brothers? Isn't he building like a 3.6?
Yeah. So one of them's got a 3.6 truck he's working on finishing. The other one's building a 2.6. So they pulled both of them pulled last year. One pulled in the tractor class and is moving to a truck this year. And the other one, he pulled a diesel truck in the 3.0 class. And so yeah, they're both pullers. But they kind of love the industry and everything about it. And that's where it's at. His passion's kind of in the planning world, and understanding that, there's, whether you're doing planning or you're doing tillage, there's a lot that you can be learned. I work in precision ag, so I get it, and I see it every single day. If you're doing tillage wrong, it causes problems for the planter to go through, and so being able to make sure you've got the right set of blades on there to make sure that you've got the right plane depth, make sure you're getting the sidewall compaction and getting that soil moved out of the way for the best seed bed. And yeah, they do a fantastic job at everything.
That's such a cool video because that really breaks it down. That's neat.
Yep.
Hey, Cody, you had to show everybody what you were up to last night.
I put the link, everybody, to the website into the comments there, so you can click on that and go check it out. So,
me?
No, the other guy named Cody who's in the chat.
Yeah, hey, Cody.
Yeah.
Sometimes for somebody to be as quick as you, like with the baby gate thing, there's 3 of us on the show, and Ruth says Cody, and you're like, me?
Yeah. I went chasing Northern Lights last night.
Oh.
Jason popped this picture when he sends it. It's beautiful.
Okay.
So it's not very often you can chase Northern Lights in southern Iowa. And I went out and spent about 20 minutes outside. It was cold. And I'm still working on a couple other ones, but this one turned out pretty well. But yeah, so it was kind of neat to see that. In the naked eye, it was just kind of like a haze. And through a camera lens, you get to see a lot more. So I posted the link, but it was like a 30-second exposure.
It's on your Facebook page, right, Code?
I shared it in the group, but yeah, it's on the Facebook page.
Is that our private chat or our Let's Grow Polling live chat?
Let's Grow Polling or on my page, either one.
Okay, I found it. Thank you.
So it for all you camera nerds, that was the 30-second exposure at f4.5.
Nerds.
Yep. So,
Nerd.
But that was.
I gave up and went to bed.
It's kind of been a bucket shot list for me to see the Northern Lights, and to see it, 5 miles from your house is kind of fun. I live in a hole, so you can't really like see it super great. But yeah, capturing the moon. In the bottom left corner, that's actually the neighboring city lights. But I wish I would have stayed out longer, but I was cold. And as anything goes, you always screw up some camera settings a little bit. So that was the second attempt at going through stuff. So I was at that point really cold and just kind of wanted to go to bed.
Yeah, real bucket list shot for you there, buddy.
Yep, pretty much.
You had more discipline than I did.
Can I show you my bucket list, guys?
Sure.
We already know it's a pro stock and a diesel super and a 2-wheel drive and a mini rod all sitting in the same barn.
There's baby gate.
Or there's a baby gate.
Oh, so that is the front of his tractor. That's awesome. He nailed it.
Not gonna lie, that's got to be one of the more interesting parts I've ever heard of becoming an integral part of a tractor.
Yeah, and it was like an accident too, if I remember correctly.
Like, hey, don't throw that out.
Don't throw that away.
Yep.
Like, I know I uploaded a front picture. You think I know how to use this program? Where's that at? I had gotten a picture off their Facebook page. I want to put those side by side. Prohibition Pulling Team. I got to work that alcohols for drinking. I've seen that in different phases or different sayings on people's trucks and tractors. The diesel guys. There it is. Uh-oh. They're pulling. The cops are running into Richland Center, guys. I can hear the sirens.
I was just gonna say, what'd you do?
I'm surprised Logan isn't freaking barking like crazy. So there's that. Yeah, there it is. So cool. So cool.
I cringed because when he said he stopped counting hours at a week, like,
oh,
yeah, on an English wheel, that's a lot of work. And then get it all together, yeah. Yeah.
All right, boys. It's 10:30 Central Standard Time. Bruce, wrap it up.
Be good.
Cody?
I don't have a lot more.
Yeah, we've chatted a lot tonight. So
I'm working on a Wednesday week or a short week for me. I'm headed to Kentucky this weekend just to do a little sightseeing and drink a little bourbon. Yeah.
Mine is don't be a stranger.
Oh, I guess I do have one more thing. This week's Interesting Irons is going to be kind of different, kind of interesting. As it turns out, there's a tractor that shares quite a bit in common with the Ford Boss 302 that you may not know about. So we're going to talk about that a little bit. So
you
anyway,
do that once a week?
Every other.
Every other?
Yep, but this one's got a nice little hot rod tie-in, and yeah, hoping to start writing it tomorrow, and if not then, we're going to have to cram it in on Wednesday because we're getting on the road early on Thursday.
Okay.
I'm going to try and go to dinner with Candace and Adam.
Oh, cool.
On Thursday night. And then breakfast with my homie Jeremy on Friday.
Homie. Like Jeremy Krieger?
Like Jeremy Krieger. None other.
None other than the one.
Yeah, he's recently become a free agent, by the way. So if you are in need of somebody in the, or if you run a trucking company and you're looking for a hell of a good relationship manager, account manager, you should probably look for that boy. He won't be on the market for very long.
Good deal. Good deal. Kevin Davis just texted me, promoter of Wayne, Nebraska. Anderson Farms, Dennis and Eric. They're putting up $3,000 for a shootout in the 4-1 class. So they're going to bring the top 5 back after the outlaw hook, and the top 5 tractors are going to $3,000 winner takes all. So that's Wayne, Nebraska.
What's the date on Wayne?
Let me check real quick. I'm going to have these memorized eventually. Let's see here.
Cody, what are you transferring?
Northern Lights pictures.
No, it's another album.
I feel like Wayne's into July.
I kind of feel like it is too, although I can't remember when.
I'm gonna let you know here.
Wait, Wayne, late July. It's like the night after Council Tucky, or at least it has been.
July 28th. Wayne, Nebraska. Pierce, Nebraska, and Sac City's the night before for the Outlaws. Last weekend.
Wayne's kind of a fun show.
Yeah,
I've only been out there. I've only been out there one time, but it's kind of seating on a hillside on one side, and that's it. And it's cool. It's a neat. It's a neat place to have a pull.
Working on. So these are the. Do you guys like these? These look okay to you? For the event tabs for Outlaw TV. Do you guys like that?
I would tell you to tighten up the letters, the kerning of the letters, move the letters closer together.
Okay. I want to use Ryan kind of the same look for every one of them. You know what I mean? And then just basically the dates and then the times, and then obviously rip through some pictures there. So
are you using Canva to design these?
I am.
Yeah, you can shorten up, you can tighten up the kerning. It'll make it a little bit more legible.
Yeah, I'm starting to learn Canva. It's freaking awesome if you take your time.
That is an obnoxiously powerful tool for what they charge per month for a pro membership.
Yeah, I got a pro membership for us, and it's awesome. And then this is beermoneypulling.tv. So I don't know why these aren't bigger. We have a call with Speed Sport in the morning, but these are so this is Zychek's poll, guys, Columbus, Texas, May 5th and 6th. So this is, Texas Truck and Tractor Pulling Association. We're going to live stream it May 5th, Friday, May 6th, Saturday. And then we're going to Kentucky for a
are you charging anything for the live stream, or is it?
Yep.
Is it?
Nope, we're doing it. We're doing let's see, $44.99 for the weekend pass for Columbus. $24.99. I just want $5 more than the admission price, Ryan. And then here's Sullivan's Pull. There's $19.99 a night or $34.99 for the weekend. They're $14.99. I just added $5 more to it. So
cool.
Yeah, I need to pay for gas, if you know what I'm saying, to drag a
No,
motor.
I get it. I understand.
Oh yeah.
I just wanted to ask for the people who might be interested in seeing that
Yep.
show. I've never seen the Hansel Sullivan show. I've always wanted to. The Sullivan name is synonymous with pulling, and if you're anywhere, but especially in Kentucky.
Yeah. Well, so the Kentuckian's going to make a pass. Dave Richardson's going to make a pass with his 4-engine mod, his unlimited, and then sounds like the mini rod guys at the Hansel Sullivan pull are going to do a little side betting, some extra purse like Slaw and Hurt and all those guys are going, and it's a TNT show, but they're going to put a little extra something into it. And then the following week, then of course, is the Pullers Championship in Nashville, Illinois. So, but I got a call with Speed Sport tomorrow on how to, to really make these pages look better and banners and stuff like that. It's a little more coding than what I'm used to, Ryan and Cody. So I need to learn how to do that. I got a conference call with them tomorrow at 10 a.m. So, but so you're saying just bring these letters in here?
Yeah, I would say tighten up the kerning. They call it kerning, Kerning, but it's basically how close the letters are spaced together.
Okay, that was just the font I used, I think, obviously. But
yep.
If we have a template then for Mackenzie and Chandler, then we're changing dates, and then we're changing the name, and then we're going to flip out the pictures. But I want that same look, Ryan, so people get used to seeing that, like that. Hey, that's Beer Money or that's Outlaws, kind of jam with that, with the TV. And then after the Outlaw season, then we're going to take beermoneypulling.tv on the road. So if you're a promoter, and once we get outside of Lufkin, Texas, we're going to do Diesels and Dark Corners. We're going to live stream that. I know we're going to have a couple of the Florida events in January. So if you're a promoter, we're going to want to help with that. So we can keep pretty much busy all year round with all that stuff. So I'm excited. Go ahead.
I might also tighten the lines together, the lines of text together. I know this is kind of deep inside baseball for those of you who are sticking around. Sorry. But like between Ravenna and Nebraska, tighten up those lines.
Yeah.
Make them about the same spacing as Outlaw Truck and Tractor Pulling.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's all.
Kind of an aesthetic perspective.
I like it. I mean, I agree.
In that pictures from the Iowa State Fair.
Yep. Yeah, I knew that. This was a quick little whatchamacallit. I don't know, guys, if I'll honestly be able to get a picture for every specific event. I'm going to be visiting Ryan Rusink's Facebook page and Venmoing him money with PayPal as I steal stuff from him. But Cody, you have pictures too? You take pictures, Cody?
There's number 2 for Don.
Attaboy. It is a Don Slama approved show.
Oh.
Don, I hope you're watching. It's been too long, man. We're looking forward to seeing you at the Pullers Championship.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Cody, did your 10 block poster hang correctly?
I haven't got it yet.
You freaking.
I don't have studs on the right mark, so I'm gonna have to figure out put like a 1x6 in there to get that to hang right.
Bruce, he bought his grandma's house. He bought his grandma's
not
house.
A stud.
He bought his grandma's house.
Yep.
It's not perfect.
Yep. Someday.
Thank you for watching Let's Grow Pulling Live. I don't have anybody for next Monday yet, so we got to probably get after some Pullers Championship pullers. Maybe we need a Meisinger Schlabos sighting.
I think that needs to happen.
Yeah,
let the smack talking begin. Well, let the smack talking continue. How about that?
Have a little fun with it. So.
Maybe we can get the wives involved too. That'd be fun.
That could be fun. Allison placed a big order this morning for TPC shirts, so she's rocking and rolling for last year's. So they get there and they're set. So I saw that come through the Shopify. So cool. Have a good night, guys. I'm gonna I'm gonna play a video to let these guys go, and we're gonna go to bed. Good night, Roos. Good night, Cody.
See you guys.
Later, guys.
Thanks for coming on. Peace. Show you a little full pull bets interview here. Mike Connie, Chase Richardson's cool video. Have a great night, everybody. Appreciate you. Thank you very much.
Mike, are we allowed to look at this? We're here today in Alliance, Ohio. We'll get a behind-the-scenes look at Mr. Connie himself, his business, his pulling team, and most importantly, talk about his upcoming event, the MAC Winter Nationals, April 1st in Louisville, Kentucky. My name is Chase Richardson. I'm working with the team at Full Pull Bets.
And so we decided to take the top 5 from NTPA, top 5 from PPL, and bring those together for the largest payout. The winner takes all. And we're looking forward to packing the stadium and raising some money for Make-A-Wish.
I want to talk to you a little bit about Full Pull Bets.
I'm all in. I'm 100% in. And I think this is one of the best things that ever happened to Portland.
We're going to hit you with the diesel burning questions. Mike Connie's in a pull-off with one other vehicle. Who is the one guy Mike Connie does not want to see in a pull-off?
Okay, super stock. I would put my money on.
Join us as we take a dive into the world of Mike Connie.
Thank you, buddy.
Welcome to Beer Money Pulling Team. Sit down, shut up, and hang on.